Welcome and good evening. It's time for the GLL Wingman Series 7, the grand final in Europe. Not just the best duos, also the best looking caster duo. Unless it's for me. That's Paula, the good looking one, and I'm GRunner. Welcome to the show.
Be nice to yourself, Rene. You're looking stunning today, and it's a pleasure to be back once again. Last time I saw you, it was week 1, correct?
What we did?
Yeah.
I did so many, I have no clue.
Okay, well, me and Rene have been here before. We've
Yes.
got Toby joining us today as well. And as Rene just pointed out, this is Grand Finals. We're going to start off with EU and then finish the night out with NA. Rene, $80,000 across these two regions.
I mean, that's a lot to play for, and it's only duos. That means you don't have to split your money with so many people. That's one thing, but also means you don't have that much support or people that could carry you around like you could do in squads. Seeing the different playstyles between squads and duos, I think that's the biggest thing today. And heading over back to Europe, that will be an exciting match.
Indeed. Yeah, the differences between traditional competitive PUBG and duos is fascinating. We see differences in tempo, drops, etc. And let's not forget it was 2,000 duos that tried to qualify for GLL Wingman Season 7, and now today we just have those final few ready to battle it out and put it all on the line. Hopefully, when it's all said and done, raise the bragging rights above their heads. We can't necessarily give them a trophy because they're playing from home, but yeah, they're playing for the bragging rights, the money on the line, and I'm looking forward to seeing how everything goes over this evening.
It will be interesting since there's no other week for them to actually dive in, because it is the grand final. Let's have that on your screens as scaly so you understand what I'm actually talking about. Obviously, you see, with 1, 2, 3, all of that is done already. And as I said, they have no second chance. They either deliver tonight, or they will have to live with the shame of not being on their best evening. And we once again hit Erangel and Miramar, just because we really like traveling.
Miramar, yes, Erangel and Miramar, those two classics. And we've got the point system up on screen as well. Don't forget, everybody, 2 points per kill, very important. And then we have a descending point system from 1 to 0. Starting with 20 points for first place and then degrading from there.
It's a bit different, obviously, to squad games where you only get 1 point per kill. So it might be a bit more kill heavy, and mostly we're a bit quicker on the duos to actually get a winner in the end, because you don't need to flush out 4 people. It's only 2. That means if you're knocked, there's only 1 other guy that could actually pick you up, and sometimes that's not enough.
Indeed, we've seen the importance of kills over the duration of the tournament, and I'm sure today, at this point, the teams are going to be looking to really stamp their authority on the server and get a bunch of kills. And talking about teams, let's get to know tonight a little bit better. So, yeah, starting with Desperados there. These looking for team in second. These aren't the actual rankings as of right now. Well, I mean, today it's the final, so the rankings from the previous weeks basically have dissolved out. But yeah, these are our final 32 teams. We've still got Oof, Quick Maths. We've got Tornado Energies duo as well. That is a name that I recognise from the PEL Cup. We still got Maka'i Mleko. Me and Tala enjoyed them the last time we were here. Team Spirit still in the mix 7. We've got the best 32 duos from Europe, ladies and gentlemen.
For me, standing out, obviously, Dream Duo, Quick Match, and YMCA Esports. So, but on the other hand, you named
yes,
some
YMCA
teams, I named some teams. I think it's still everyone's game going into this, because it's the last week, it's the grand final, everything can happen here. And seeing that duos are so different to squads, and it's more about like individual skill and aiming, it will be kind of interesting to see which duo can pull this off the best way.
Yeah, I mean, we've both mentioned some teams to look out for, and mine personally, I'm interested to see if they're going to be able to carry the same momentum that they've had throughout the tournament. I'm going to be looking for sort of the individual players from YMCA. I remember watching them over the weeks that I've worked here and how they're good on rotation, staying alive, but also getting the right amount of kills. Of course, Desperados for me are another team that have lit up the kill feed and the servers at points. I got to meet those guys as well when I was over in Berlin, and so yeah, it's going on from your point. I think it's going to be telling exactly if those kind of the more well-known names from our field of 32 are able to sort of stamp their authority.
I'm so happy that we actually dive into game 1, because I just realized on camera I look really fat when I had dinner right before the show. So We got a plane on Miramar. We're going south to north, nearly crossing the about right center, right? I mean, we crossed the center somehow, but we're not going exactly from south to north. So we go past Los Leones and we end up even higher than Cruz. So since this is duos, back to all of that, we now need to figure out in this mixed lobby where everyone is dropping and if they sort them out as they would do in squads or not.
Yeah. So one of the teams that I mentioned during our little introduction there was OOF with Ewang and Fuffin. So for me, they were a team that was sort of middle of the pack for a lot of the time, but they managed to get enough results to keep them in the top 32, pushing them into the grand finals today. And one of the things I noticed about them is that I felt they could have taken a bit more affirmative action at times and sort of brought more momentum within their favor. And so I'm going to be looking out for them doing that today, seeing if they sort of change their playstyle and they look to be a bit more aggressive. We can see YMCA Sampula moving, already in a vehicle, moving towards Monte Nuevo with Sakura, as we take an overview of Calvin and Talzera from Desperados.
As you said, sometimes it's not just your individual player. You can be really, really good, but you have to grab a game and own it.
Yes,
to really make sure that you score the points.
Especially at this point, like, dude, you're at the end now. You've got to put it all on the line.
There's no waiting. There's no checking out this time. I mean, yes, we have 6 games, 3 of them on Erangel, 3 of them on Miramar. So that's a lot. But in the end, it's also not that much that you can actually easily fail 1 or 2 and still hope to actually get the win. Yeah,
we should clarify that actually for our audience at home, that today for the grand finals we have 6 games as opposed to 4. Throughout the other weeks we've had 4 games played each night for Europe and US. Today it's 6, giving a bit more chance for the teams to compete, a wider breadth of competition.
I think Talzera just spotted Alia. Will be interesting now if they actually get into the first fight. Obviously, Talzera
just not with really a shotgun.
Not the best weapon for that range for sure. So he will probably try to hide a bit and wait for Calvin to actually dive into this and help him out a bit.
This is a tough position considering TOQ is also at an advantageous angle over Talzera, and it seems like Calvin is reacting to this straight away. He needs to go and help Talzera at least get away, and so Talzera now picking up a bit of extra equipment. It's a tentative sort of pseudo-battle right now, battle of positioning, wondering whether to engage or not, Rene.
It's kind of interesting to see that no one is being super aggressive right now. Both teams know that they are. Calvin comes around the corner, taking the first shot at Alia, but did they connect? Yeah, they connected, at least a bit of it. But they also didn't spot his teammate yet. So while Alia knows where Talzera is and where Calvin is coming around the corner, they have absolutely no clue where the second one on the opposing side is.
TOQ is going to be a factor here, and as we talk about that, we go on board with him. He's just trying to peek around the corner, get some vision, see if he can spot out Calvin or Talzera.
I think it's really surprising that, counting the seconds they saw each other, how many bullets we had so far.
Yes.
I mean, what did we have? Maybe 10? If at all? That's it.
Now a few more coming in. Talzera trying to lob some nades into the building that Alia is in. And now they're pushing him. They've decided they want to take the fight to Alia since they do not know where TOQ is.
Talzera with the back to his enemy. Like, that was pretty risky there. I wasn't expecting that. Calvin takes down Alia already, so that's the first knock after roughly 4 minutes into this game. So TOQ is moving out.
I like that play, Rene. That was smart play by Desperados. It's not exactly clear to us if they knew where TOQ was, but either way, they felt confident enough to push on to onto the other player, and they benefit for it. They get a kill.
We see a circle as far up north as basically possible. So it'll be interesting for all the teams and all the dudes that are currently around Los Leones or even more south, like the quick match guys, Misa and Tuho. And Fuffins is also down there, all right? I saw him previously, and obviously we talked about YMCA Sampula and his teammate also not in the circle. Yeah, Team Spirit with the first shots at the rotating teams, and that is once again Swarm. So it seems like they really run into bullets basically everywhere.
I'm also, Rene, let me tell you, looking forward to seeing the teams that I haven't had a chance to watch yet, because during the qualification for this grand final, going through the group stages, however you'd like to call them, we had a system where the teams would shuffle around to make sure everyone had a chance to play each other. And that would mean for us working the weeks that we did, we wouldn't necessarily have been able to see all the teams that are competing in this grand final. So there are names that, for instance, I am not as familiar with. The teams like, for instance, to the north in Ahumada, we've got X-Team and his teammate One there. I can see in the center, Pashkez to the west of Leones. I want to see exactly what these teams are bringing to the table, the ones that I don't know as well.
I mean, one in the circle is OPG and Brahm, or how I would call him Opje, since
the
kind of sounds
boys
Dutch.
balling.
Balling, yeah. Get Silas already. And Silas, he had some great plays in the past series. I remember some highlight videos. Digger takes another shot there. Tries to get, was it Tuck? Oh, yeah. Once, these guys don't get him now since his teammate is already
he's
done.
on the run,
Yeah,
Rene.
he does not get a breath at all. Wherever he's going, someone is waiting for him, taking some shots. Obviously, Digger does not want to stand back to his teammate.
Good shots there by
since
Digger.
Ballin has already one kill. Digger wants to pick up the next one.
And he's in the middle of nowhere, Rene.
Yeah.
He's just stuck in like the hay containment. And yeah, there we go. A Spirit, it's actually Pegira that steals the kill away from the Gatka boys. So Team Spirit will get a kill on their tally. Unlucky for Tok and his teammate, they are out of this first map.
Yeah, first team to be eliminated. We're down to 31. We obviously started with 32. We see Sampula might run into Roflat. And Malman with his teammate up there in the north. They all seem to go for the same place. Look at this. They all move up north across that hill. It'll be interesting if they really all aim for the same spot.
Yeah, we can see to the north a lot of teams congregating together now. We've got our circle centering over that area, so people are starting to rotate around. It's just quick math at the very south in to the north of Los Higos that are furthest away. Then we've got Manny and Mans just slightly to the northwest of them, above Valle de Mar. And now we can hop on board with XMPL from Tornado Energy. He's going to be spotting out YMCA Esports, Sikora and Sampula. Going to try and land some shots. That would be a great connection to land, but so far not happening until he does get 26 damage off onto Sampula in the car. Steady progress in these early stages of Map 1. Here on Miramar. Just 8 minutes in. Only one team has fallen. Good people only. Kajuti and Turbo Banani. Yeah, this is a duo that I've not yet had the pleasure of watching, and it looks as though they've spotted out Pashkez of Courage Duo. And it looks like they're picking up their bike to get out of there. No, I don't. Yeah, for a second I thought they could have potentially been looping back to create an engagement, but no. They're going to hop on their vehicle and get out of there.
Misa taking down his own teammate. That's not really how you want to start your duo evening. Oh, now Call Me Marco is also out because Team Spirit is taking him immediately. That is that the Dream Duo? Oh, we just heard from production that we're remaking this.
Yes.
We had a good start. Kind of feel sad about that.
Okay, so apparently we have word from production that the server settings may have been incorrect. And so the guys are, as far as we know, restarting on Miramar. So we'll give you more feedback on that when it comes through. But that was a nice start to the game. It was good to get back in the mix.
I really love that Tuck and his teammate kind of had this moment of they tried to sneak onto each other. No one was like, do we pick this fight? Do we want to leave maybe? Should we just check where they are and then leave? Should we get involved?
Yeah.
That was a really interesting start to this because normally we see them kind of trying to get out of each other's way so everyone can loot. That's it. But these two teams just weren't sure if they want to commit to this or not.
Yeah, I guess it's good for them if there is going to be a remake because they were the first team
definitely.
to fall. So, yeah, we'll update you guys on that when we get more word. There's not too much else that we can talk about with that first round. We only got to see 8 minutes of it, Rene.
Best 8 minutes of my life, man.
Yeah, it was a pretty
Like
good
I
8 minutes.
Fat. I was like, I shouldn't have the dinner. It's like, as soon as I lean back to it, look at this.
What?
I look like, and you look like a machine because your shirt is like this.
What are you talking about, man? You make me self-conscious, Rene. No, guys, just to make your way, we've just come from dinner. I had a nice kebab. Rene, you were eating some pasta?
I had carbonara.
Carbonara.
Now you heard it here first.
Yeah, Toby was having some sort of chicken and pasta
Wait,
as well.
didn't you have the chili, like the full
I had
bowl of chili?
a bowl of chilies, yes,
yeah,
of the jalapenos.
That was
but they're just
risky.
vinegary. They're not really spicy or anything.
If you say so. I don't know. I don't eat them.
Okay, well, they're just kind of tasty, vinegary treats. Yeah, I'm excited to get back into map number 1 Miramar shortly, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have much more word right now to update you. I'm sure that's going to be frustrating for some of the teams that got off to a good start there or got their positionings, got looted up well.
Being in the circle, like all the teams that were up north, they got the circle.
I wanted to see how quick math were going to develop into that first match, considering they were super far south. It looked like they were starting to play an edge game. They were rotating in late. 2,000 different duos tried to qualify here and were left with 32.
How many of those accounts were yours?
Did
you try hard?
I would not even bother trying
no, wait,
to
who
compete
was it?
with
It was not you. It was it
pros.
Saints?
I think he...
I was here with him doing one of the series, and I did the previous Wingman with him.
Okay.
And I know that he really tried to actually qualify.
Oh.
He fell through. He didn't manage.
Okay. Well,
that just shows the level of gameplay we'll have here.
Yeah, well, that's unfortunate for him. Yeah, the level in the tournament has been great throughout. We've got lots of PL players from EU and NA. We have contenders too. And so, yeah, the field has been fiercely fought, Rene. It has. And I wonder for some of these players that don't have the experience of competing for $40,000 if that's going to factor in to their nerves today at all.
I mean, I remember my times as a pro player, and obviously it wasn't any FPS game, so I kind of do assumptions.
He was a racer,
here.
guys.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
He was on the track.
I actually played in the Pro Series in Battlefield 2 as well.
Oh, did you?
That was my only season where I managed to have 2 games in the Pro Series, so I did the racing
Was there
game.
like an official Pro Series, or was this
the
a
Intel
third
one?
party?
The ESL Intel one.
Oh, okay.
Am I allowed to say that? Oh dear. They don't do them.
Well, you competed, right?
Yeah, so I did, and like I said, for me it was like when I knew there was something on the line, actually my feet started shaking on the pedals. So I'm wondering if it's the same in FPS, if people really sit there, because let's be honest, that's part of the thrill, right? Yes, you want to get rid of it during the game, but having that feeling going into a game is like, I'm really pumped right now, I really want to do this.
Yeah.
That's something I loved. So I'm wondering, it's like, there are probably players that really excel on that, because they play around with that emotion. And then as every single time in other things, there are people that don't really handle it well.
Yeah, I mean, I was just at an event where there was a new up-and-coming player, 15 years old, playing on a massive stage, and he completely rose to the occasion. I think in the favor of the Wingman duos that we have today, like we said, a lot of them are PL players, a lot of them are contenders, but at the same time, they're not going to be playing... I mean, they'll be playing with each other. They might even be playing from home or whatever. And so in that sense, it could be a bit more relaxing. But, you know, with a massive amount of money on the line, it's a lot to play for.
I never had that. I mean, like I said, when I was a pro, that was 2000. I think I signed my first deal 2004.
How much was it? Can you talk about how much you were paid to play back then? Were you paid to play?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to track all of that right nowadays,
Yeah.
but I consider myself one of the first European paid racing players.
Okay.
Since there were not many that back then. So 2004, I actually made maybe 300.
300 euros a month? Yeah. That's not too bad. I've never been paid to play. I've never been a pro, so that's something to be proud of, Rene.
Yeah, it's like back then the sponsorship was bigger, right? So you got like equipment and stuff. That's where you were aiming for.
Yeah.
And nowadays,
I've got to get my new keyboard.
Yeah, every single time I see the big price pools, I'm like, now it's too late.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, now I'm too old. You see that here? It's like all the grey hair. Do you see it in camera? No. Oh, that's good. That's why I like GLL, because the light is never that they see my grey hair. Normally, when I turn around on cameras, I always hear from production, could you please color your hair because you're reflecting that much. It kind of hurts the camera. But
your hair looks
here,
fine, Rene. Don't worry about it, buddy.
It's great.
Me and
I like
Toby,
that studio.
when me and Toby are duoing up, we're going to be long hair gang. We're also going to be representing for Hulk Jesus. Hulk Jesus is going to be back in the mix, Rene. Don't laugh at Hulk Jesus. Don't use his name in vain.
I would never do that.
Good, good, good.
I would absolutely never do that. Come on, man.
Good. Yep. Hopefully.
You're just waiting for the game to start.
I'm just waiting for something to happen, man. We're just talking. We're just spitballing.
Okay, so what was your longest time that you ever had to stall a show?
I'm not sure, Rene.
You don't know, Phil?
No, I'm not sure.
I filled for 3.5 hours. So it was a mobile gaming tournament, and every single time we dive into the grand final, it was really like the final.
Yeah.
And every single time we did, 2 to 3 players dropped out when connecting.
Okay.
And it took us 3 hours to realize it's the phones because they got too hot.
Ah.
So we went into a break. Before that, we did with Tenji. You might know Tenji was here as well in the previous seasons. So we were sitting there and talking about nearly everything, like food, school, girls, probably everything. And it was kind of weird. And at one point, we finally got our break after the 3 hours to set it up. And I went down and I was like, guys, can we not just put the phones in the refrigerator since you will never use them again afterwards, right? So that's what we did. We ended up putting all the competition phones into the refrigerator, waiting 20 minutes, get them out, get us back on stream, saying like, the final is on, jumping right into the game, play the game, work well.
I've got to be honest, I've never put a piece of tech in the fridge before, Rene.
You should normally not do that, probably.
I've never heard of that as a real solution. So
they were too hot. I mean, you definitely due to how temperature changes and like water and all that, you will destroy them, but it will work at the first time. Don't try this at home. I'm not saying that this is a 100% solution. What did you do there?
That was just a piece of fluff flying in the air. I was just practicing my ninja reflexes. Yeah.
I'm not sure what Paul is about. But yeah, that was 3 hours. Was kind of fun.
Yeah,
did the same with Demon at one point.
Yeah, if production could give us the lobby is up, everybody. We're just waiting for people to join. Yes.
Let us
high five.
Let us just
come
join.
on.
We can go there. We can do this. I once started a show, 30 minutes, and like my dad normally watches my shows. Yeah, I'm 31. My dad watches shows. That's cool. I like it. So he was messaging me in the studio, like, "Hey, you're not online today. I don't see it." And I'm like, "We're online. I'm in the show right now." So he's like, "No, you're not. You're not on Twitch." So I'm writing production during the show, sitting next to Demon. It's like, la la la. Writing, like, "Can you check we're online?" And production like, "We're definitely online. I see it on the encoder." It's like, "No, can you please go to Twitch and check?" And then after like 10 minutes, I get a message back. It's like, "Oh, I checked Twitch. We're not live on the right channel. I have no clue where we live."
Okay.
So Demon wanted to throw in game, and I tried to give him a sign to not throw in game. I was like, "Let's head into a break." And he was like, "No, the lobby is ready. Let's start." And I was like, "No, not really." And we actually stopped it. And then we realized that we will just do it again. So we started the same show after 30 minutes again, just acting like the other thing never happened, trying to do the same jokes. I think that was the worst show I ever started.
So it was kind of like you did rehearsal.
Yes, but with the same jokes, because we really had a great start. We had a good chemistry. We were happy about the show. It was like, yeah, everything is cool. And then you're like, and now do the same again. It's like, no, it doesn't really work. Not for me, though. Maybe I'm not a good, what was the right name to it? Artist?
Improv?
No.
Improvising?
No, I'm fine with that. When you're playing in a movie, you're an actor. Oh, God. That was the word I was looking for.
Rene's forgotten the word for acting.
Sorry, man.
Great start.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I don't forget that it's a lobby and that we actually playing PUBG, I think everything is all right.
Yep.
People are probably in chat right now trying to kill us.
No, they'll be fine. I'm sure they understand. These things can happen. And we'll be back in very shortly. As we know, the lobby is ready to go. We're just waiting for everybody to join up. We'll be back into Miramar.
Kind of takes a while.
Before you know it.
64 people joining. I mean, it's even harder already with lobbies where you play 5v5 to get everyone in and ready up. So with 64 people, it's even harder.
They'll be in there. They're raring to go. They are raring to go indeed. I wonder if we'll have a similar plane, south to north, or if we'll get a divergence and see a different start. Rene, what's your bet?
We will get southwest down at the island.
Okay, what to... You mean down from north to southwest, or?
Oh no, the plane you mean?
Yes.
I was talking about the circle.
No, the plane.
I'm sorry. The plane we get is west to east in the south,
okay.
And we get a southwest circle over the islands.
Cool. I will wager you this glass of water.
Because I really want that glass of water.
Yeah, we saw...
I actually forgot my drink, though. You're right.
Talking about circles to the southwest, I think it was me and Tala a couple of weeks ago when we were here, we saw a circle that ended on... I think it was VII, where there's like a road that goes over a bit of water. There was some water. There was urban structure as well. And it was so sick. It was really exciting to see how the players sort of navigated around there, because one of the duos got control of the... What do you call it? An overpass? Maybe it's just a bridge. Anyway, they got control of that early, and then they stayed there. And then the circle was getting super small. And then the other teams were below them in the buildings. And then, yeah, there was some crazy grenade action. At one point, one of the players had to drop down. Yeah, it was a really exciting thing. So I wouldn't mind seeing your preferred circle.
Yeah, so cheer for the Southwest Circle. Do it right now. Because that's what we all want to see.
Yeah.
Laser me. I also like on Erangel, I like the ones that end up on Military Island.
Yeah,
military is most entertaining.
Military is great.
Sometimes around Starbuck can be very nice due to the topography.
Yeah.
I like it. So Starbuck circles are cool.
I think that's one of the coolest things about PUBG is the topography within the circles and how the players just know every little angle and where they're safe, where they're not, and then the improvisation that we see within that. I think that was something that I noticed with YMCA, that they're very good at navigating and rotating throughout the map, but taking advantage of things late into the game. And so, yeah, I'm sure we'll be able to see some of that shortly when we jump back in.
Or Rune Circle will also be good for Erangel, due to all the small little hills.
Yes.
It's amazing how people can sneak around that.
Yeah.
I really like that. But we're in Miramar for the first 3 matches.
Yes, we are.
So definitely no Rune Circle, nor Military Island. That's not how this works.
No military on Miramar. No military on Miramar.
No way. Lobby is probably like, we will just wait a few seconds and we're like, let's see how long these guys can actually talk before trying to kill each other.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're all watching each other right now. Watching us, sorry, as they queue. If they are, hello. Good to see you. Welcome to the chat. I'm getting the chat up now in case anyone wants to talk to us.
Well, it's like, how long? 10-minute delay? Yeah. So if you say hi now, people will see in 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's good that we've got that delay. But it's good that we have it. So
that means, no, that's worse, because that means people right now still have to watch another 10 minutes of us talking before they actually see the lobby. Keep that in mind.
Well, it's good for the integrity of the game, right, Renee? Yeah.
You're right with that, but you know what I mean, right? It's like, when we are heading in the game now, it's still another 10 minutes for chat.
Let's see.
I feel sad for the guys. You should write in the chat then, it's like, guys, we're now in the game. It's just another 10 minutes for you.
No, it's
let them know.
I just want to see what everyone's up to, and if anybody has any questions at any point for us,
should probably turn off the sound because I can hear it.
I am. I was putting it on chat only. There we go. Yep. Hello, everybody. Oh, and as we say that, as I jump into the chat, we are also jumping in to Miramar, and unfortunately for Renee, it looks like we are going from the northwest to the southeast. So starting up in Alcantara, going over Pozo and Picado, Los Leones, and ending close to Puerto. Great stuff. Thank you for the patience, everybody. We're now ready to go.
Yeah,
right.
we obviously get the northwest to southeast plan. I go right through the middle of it and crossing Los Leones. Let's see if the quick math guys, for example, quick match guys go south as they did on the previous run. No, they're actually up north. Look at that. They're one of the first jumping off the plane.
Completely different, right? Interestingly, we see Oof, Fuffins, and Ewang go to El Pozo, so more north to where they decided to drop before we had to restart. Our wonderful observers giving us a great overview right now of quick math, laying down some suppressive fire towards drone. I think we also saw I think their team name was Aggressive Polax to the right of of the scene that we were watching. We saw Tok and Alia dropping in as well near the Desperados guys. That's a point worth noting, Renee, is that Tok and Alia are again dropping in a similar location to the Desperados boys. And this time it's Tok that's already picked up a gun, is firing towards Calvin as he's still parachuting in.
I really like obviously Talzera and Tot in the same region.
Two different planes, but the same positioning.
I mean, that's what we normally see, right? Teams dropping in the same position, making sure that they know what's going on there. They actually know the whole dropping zone and where to get the loot. So that's why it's kind of surprising me that Quick Match is so far up north. But maybe that is actually their preferred spot. Maybe the previous one was, you know?
Potentially. Potentially, yes. Just looking over where all our teams are and heading onto the shoulders of Woxy and Marco. We've got Krabic and Buster looting away.
Yeah, it will be interesting for them to come into this now. I mean, there's a lot of loot available. There are a lot of buildings available. That's a big, big compound, so they do not necessarily run into Krabic and Buster immediately, but also they're not that far away. As soon as they step out the building, like if Woxy or Marco are on the roof or wherever, then they might get spotted by Krabic and his teammates. So especially now that Woxy is running around in the open, there is Buster. Interesting. Oh, I think Woxy definitely saw him. He did so, while Buster is probably just driving over to his teammate.
Yep, he's busting a move out of there as Woxy and Code Marco from Baklava are closing in. And he's going to get some damage on him because of that, and his vehicle also smoking up.
Krabic was there immediately. Look at this. He gave cover fire to his teammate. That was pretty quick. I love that. Like, Buster was under problems. Like, there was a bit of pressure.
There. Forces Krabic out of the top position. Another nade going into the... Oh, no, just bouncing off the windowsill. I wonder if this will continue or if they'll reposition. Code Mark and Woxy right now, Baklava are backing off after putting some pressure onto 7 Esports, Krabic and Buster. I think the only two teams in Picado right now, we see Apocalypse and Larza to their north, in between them and Power Grid.
Also, I just realized OPG and Brahm were also north on the first lobby before we restarted. And now they have been south. So we're also kind of changing while we get a similar circle, though. To what we're at before. That might be a good one for King Earl. Easy kill there. It's not a kill yet. It's a drop, obviously, but that was... it had to happen, that follow-up. I mean, he had all time available in life to have his crosshair right on the target and just get the bullets in.
Yep, and unfortunately for Morpheus, he's going to be left alone in his camper van, having to rethink his strategy now. I think just hiding, not wanting to get any more attention from Wasabi. And we actually see a very similar circle, if not the same one, to the north of Miramar. And nobody at this point is to the southwest, but we do have 3 teams to the southeast. So let's see how this develops. Digger with a double kill onto Battlestrong and Humlet. Gifted Gaming, PUBG are eliminated. And Sakura has also been taken out by Fuffin, so that's going to be Oof onto YMCA.
It's a pretty heated up start now.
Yeah,
a
sudden burst of action, Rene.
Yes, I'm surprised that we lost a team early last time as well. That was Tok and Olya. And this time we lost 2 teams in the first 6 minutes. And Fuffin's following up with another kill. That was not bad. All while Krabic and Buster find another victim, and it's the same team that they were having a small skirmish with before. So Coldmarker and Woxy, they're out of this as well. I mean, they could have known about this, right? They had been in the previous compounds. They had a small fight. They exchanged some grenades and bullets. But when leaving the town, they just ran into them, waiting. And with that, Buster and Krabic picked up an entire team.
Yep, that is some hard-fought action, Rene. And things are seeming to be heating up as we head into the 7th minute of the game. Sorry, 8th minute of the game.
Yeah, we're getting closer to our first circle spot, and I kind of like that because now everyone has to push up north, so it'll get more dense, and we'll see what will happen. There we got, what's that? Oh, Team Spirit I-Fi. It's not Team Spirit, though. Like, they had a different logo, or is it the second team?
Kivo is under a lot of pressure. Yeah, he knows he can't pick I-Fi up. And so he just repositions himself, stays on the little bank next to the road as the blue close in behind. Tricuo just running by on his bike, taking a look at what's going on, and then heading back off to the north. Faye, also in a vehicle, will be heading up behind him. Kivo, I would imagine, is just going to stay still, not want to draw attention, and but not wanting to draw attention by firing off shots towards Faye. Yep, Kivo's just going to try to play the edge. He's taken his losses, and we can take a look at the kill tracker as well and see that the Gatka boys and VII Esports each have 2 kills apiece, and then QWERTY, Oof, and Validate with 1 each.
Desperados, that is Tauzira and Calvin Klein, they decided to kind of guard the outer line of the circle for now to see if anyone's moving in, and they might actually be visited by Krabic and Buster. They busted 1 team so far already. Trico and Faye also come in there, and Kivo is obviously all alone now, so he will also follow up. He's currently in blue, so they might run into Desperados. That's a good chance for them to pick up some points. Obviously 2 points per kill, so even the early ones are super, super important, especially if you might just end up at, let's say, around position 10 instead of being in the top 4.
Indeed. Melman of Tornado got a good bit of height here. He spotted out Roflat. Just keeping an eye on him. Good trigger discipline. He doesn't want to fire off anything too soon. He likes the position he's in. And we can see our circle now has moved a bit more towards the west.
I mean, the shift is huge. If you see Tauzira and Calvin Klein on... that is southeast right now. They had been on the outline of the previous circle, and now they've found themselves with a long journey in front of them to actually get back onto the circle. That's why they grabbed the buggies already, and they're on their way of rotation. But yeah, it's probably not the circle they had in mind to play with, because now they're really far away. Instead of waiting for others, they're the teams that have to push in and might phase a team waiting for them. Oh, Calvin Klein with another roll. King Earl takes some shots. He had an early kill already. That was the easy one on the motorbike that we saw before. He probably wants to add a second one to scoreboard.
Gifted to King Earl.
It was, by the way, the same compound, even the same bike, I think.
Yeah. They've used that positioning after establishing it earlier on in the match with that 1 kill. No close pressure right now forcing them out, so they will happily stay where they are. Oh, so the Desperados boys are going to hear Faye there. They're looking down the road to the southeast of the map. In fact, it looks like they might be chasing him slightly, or at least following in the same direction. This could draw them into a similar position to the team just a bit more northeast. And Calvin now is firing off the shots towards Faye as he climbs the hill. Both of them laying down so many bullets, but only taking away about 55% or 60% of Faye's HP. He's going to hop out now. We'll take a breather.
It's a bit of damage, but still not anything to really worry about, even with blue now coming in. Should have everything under control, probably just bandage up. There's Tauzira and Kelvin. They're also on the run from blue. I want to get to that circle. It shifted so hard away from them. 29 teams, but that was a bit of grinding and sliding. Wasabi taking the shots at Team Spirit.
Oh, good shot back onto Wasabi there, right down to 18.
Oh, they had to abandon
Calvin's
the car.
Flipped, yeah, so now they're going to be 2 in 1, which isn't as great as having 2 separate vehicles.
Well,
Not
look at
disastrous,
Offstring.
but not exactly
Look
optimal.
at Offstring and Zoom, how far away they went across the entire previous circle to now end up north with Ghost Art Norkis.
And look, look to the southwest. Kivo still grinding it out. He wants to stay in the game. He's definitely playing that edge as far as possible. Norkis from the Clash Scarja.
Oh, only that one. Oh, second hit, but yeah. On off string, only that one hit.
Norkis and Ghostar have been great so far in the tournament. Their team was leading the overall European leaderboards for a period. And so I'm sure they'll be looking to get some kills very soon in this matchup, 12 minutes down.
You don't even want to win without a single kill. It's just too much you lose towards the team that actually had all the kills. I mean, there's no real way to actually win without a single kill unless they kill each other. But even that happened already, so...
Yeah, I know
it's PUBG, everything's possible.
These guys like to get it into the mix. They like to make sure they're collecting kills when they can and getting those high placements. As we see Alya from the Swarm now catching Faye out in the blue, and that's going to be a frag. He's down. Tracuo looking over the ridge, seeing what's happened to his teammate. Oh, and they actually know where he is as well. They are firing off towards him. So he's going to have to change his position and take a different approach. On board with one of my favorite teams because of their name, Quick Math, Mies and Tuho Yuho. Hold up right now in this small building complex. Lots of teams around them. They have had a slow burn of a tournament. They've had some okay placements, some not so great games, but they've managed to get enough points to get into this grand final. And I'm honestly surprised that coming up to 15 minutes in that we only have 29 teams remaining. It does seem that the pace in this game, Rene, is tentative.
It definitely is. I mean, look at Silas right now. He was one of the first kills in the lobby that we restarted. And he's still in there. But Apocalypse is looking at him, not just looking for a team, also looking for the kills here. Coming in the grenade. His teammate will be flushed out with the grenade, so he obviously opted for a trade here, but I think Huckster and Silas, they will take no chances here. Do they try to also get Apocalypse?
That's a good nade towards Slizer.
Oh, look at that.
But also return towards him. And as we say that, Desperado suddenly deleted off the server by Bram. Wow.
Oh, the second grenade flushes out Apocalypse, so it's the next team, Beauty and Beast. That took out the team of Apocalypse.
And it's
looking for a team.
Pitzigefrauen that now have 3 kills to their name, leading our kill tracker. That's 6 points for them. 15 minutes down. K23 now. Mamino. Ooh. Some stealth action here. Looking. Seeking.
Talk, by the way, Van Bolen. That's another drop.
That's going to be a tough nade to avoid. If you're X-Hype 3, cooking it up, it's going to go straight through the window.
Oh,
lands beautiful. Mamino threaded the needle. I like that. He crept around. He had an idea that he was in there. He wanted to find an angle, the right engagement, and he picked out a nade, cooked it up, and said, "Here's your dinner, mate."
Yeah, it was cooked on point, basically the best steak you can have. I was just so afraid that seconds, like, he liked it bloody, and that's how he delivered it. But when I saw the grenade, I was like, oh, if that beautiful grenade is now just clipping the edge of the window, it's falling down, like, that would be so sad.
That would be disastrous.
No, it was actually a nice kill there.
Indeed. Okay.
Look at Morpheus. He's find himself right in the center of the circle, obviously hoping for that it's not shifting away.
This is an interesting circle, Rene, in my opinion. It's we've got like 2 hill formations there, so sort of not urban, sorry, the opposite of urban. We've got natural cover, different heights. We can see Oof on the receiving end of some height. Norkis from the Clash Carja laying down shots and also a grenade. Ewang and Fuffin's able to back off a bit. And Norkis now able to turn his attention to some other enemies. Drone getting peppered from all directions. He's trying to drop a smoke to make himself less of a target. He's also got that rock next to him too. Oh, and it's Ghostar that ends up knocking Drone. I don't believe he's going to get picked up. His teammate is already off at the top of, well, not the top of the hill, the building at the height of that first bank.
Yeah, it's very unlikely that you get picked up there.
He
It's
wants
way
to
too
crawl
risky.
out, get a bit closer.
It's way too risky.
Whilst Ghost Star and the Clash Cards have been firing off those shots, it looks like Silas and Hugstar have snuck up behind them and trying to take this opportune moment. And in fact, it's Kivo now that spins around and takes down Hugstar. Is Silas going to be able to pick him up with Digger coming into the mix too?
Yeah, if Digger comes across now, they can flush Hugstar and
oof.
basically kill that.
Wow.
Fluffins and Evang, they're out now. And Digger moves on to Silas right now. That's Silas dropping, and that is another kill for...
Kivo with 2 kills.
No.
Hugstar and Digger.
Oh, true. He got Digger as well. Like, that was really quick. Like, good reaction there.
And Kivo's the one that we've seen on the slow rotate for Courage after his teammate dropped very early on. That's great for him to push his team close to the top 20, but also get 2 kills. We see these individual hero... Whoa! Wow. Just to interrupt myself there, Roflat with an amazing grenade onto Melman XMPL, 58 years old, are out of there. Match just from Maka Imleko, also knocking Norkis. We'll have to see if Ghost is able to pick him up. Wow, it's just suddenly completely picked up in terms of pace, Rene.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting close to the smaller circles, so it had to happen. Offstring also gets killed. It's AP type. Is it
AP type, 77 AP type.
Yeah, type. That was the important part. OPG gets knocked by Menz. And where's his team? Where's Braum? Braum picked up 2 kills already? 2 or 3? Oh, there he is. He picked up 2. All right.
We'll have to see if Bram is able to pick up OPG. I think it is quite a safe res. He does have the time, but right now he's just making sure he's not getting pushed.
Mans is pushing right into the crosshair.
And here we go. Mans is pushing right into the crosshair. Great decision there by Bram to just wait it out and make sure it was safe before he goes for this red onto OpJ. And Kurzpittiges Frauen.
I mean, it's German, but I can't even tell you what it means.
Yeah, we've had this with their team name, but that's going to be 4 kills for them, or 5. And with able to keep, and both being able to stay alive during that encounter. All the actions make me eat my own tongue, Rene.
Can happen. I mean, it's the same for me. PUBG is not... I mean, it can become a really, really quick game with a lot of different fights and different levels and drops and kills.
Imagine if Kivo just keeps rotating round the southwest. If he gets behind Crab, and then he's behind QM and Mamino and Hobbits as well, K23. But he's actually drawing attention now from QM. So let me draw my attention away from Kivo and look a bit further to the northeast. We have exactly with our observer jumping on board with Pagira from Team Spirit. They have good positioning right now. They're within that circle. They've got some buildings and some height. And you can see that the angles that he's picking out are pretty good ones.
Yeah, they're still looking for the first kill, though. I mean, 20 minutes in the game, and so far they couldn't get anything on the scoreboard, while Kivo now finally falls to quick match. So that is another team out of this. We're down to 17.
Triquio with smokes in front of him. He knows Kurz are pushing up this hill. I'm not sure if this is going to go in his favor. Triquio is just on his own behind this rock. But I don't think OpG and Bram have any idea. Is it the right idea to throw a grenade? It could be, but he's really cooking this grenade. That's
that whoa!
Oh, and he pops out.
Oh, immediately
finishes him off.
Yeah, immediately the
now he's going to push OpJ as well. This is an amazing play by Triquio. Oh, but he can't finish it off. OpJ with a brilliant reaction, he's going to be able to pick up Bram. That's 2 engagements now that we've seen from Kurz, where one of the teammates falls and then the other one makes the right decision, or at least lands the shots to be able to get a kill and then up his teammate. So good try by Triquio, but Kurz come out on top.
I loved how he cooked the grenade and was following up with a bullet right after.
Really good.
He saw the movement from Braum and he reacted quickly. There we have the Swarm, the team that was actually eliminated
eliminated first.
Yeah.
Yep. And luckily for them now, top 16. That's good with 1 kill. They're collecting steadily the points, Rene, and they're throwing out... Ooh, as I say that they're throwing out smokes, Tok takes a grenade to the back, and He has to retreat into their compound. Now they're making a dash for it. This is some hectic action, ladies and gentlemen. The Swarm getting swarmed from all angles. It's Opj and Bram firing into them through the smokes, and they're actually trying to dash through the smokes towards Hellscream and Scooby. Is this going to pay off? No, Tok actually drops thanks to Asmodeac from Team Spirit. And he's out completely. Alya now able to take down... Did he actually get them? Yeah, he did get the knock onto Hellscream, and he's going to push forwards and hopefully finish that off, but he's going to run into Scooby. Does he know Scooby's there? Scooby's coming around the wall. He's going to get the first shot, and yep, Alya falls. Scooby is going to be able to res now, and those two are going to come back up. And the Kashkaja, whilst we're talking about that, are eliminated in 12th.
It was just... he got so lucky down there because... It's all about timing, right? He can come around that corner and go for the rest without knowing that the opponent was there, and he got so lucky that he just had the first shot. He killed him. That's a simple rest afterwards.
I think that
and nothing to worry.
I think that was classic sort of FPS engagement knowledge. You know, I can go for this res straight away, or maybe I can peek round and make sure that we're safe. And he did that, and he ended up getting a kill for it.
I like that. Our current leader in terms of kills. That's the team we're looking at right now. Kurzpittige Frauen.
Kurzpittige Frauen.
It's just so that they picked up each other like twice.
Yes,
already?
Twice.
And they're still in.
At least twice. We've seen it on screen twice. Yes. Kurzpittige Frauen and Maki Mlieko have actually got 5 kills now as well. And so, Rene, this was a team that me and Tala saw last time who had relatively quiet first couple of games, or... I can't remember his first couple, but then they ended up winning out one and having a good finish to that final week of qualification. Now they've got 5 kills, top 10. This is a great position to be in. And looking at the kill feed, Spirit, I'd love to see what kills they're on, because they've been getting into so many engagements, and they've now just killed Hellscream.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to get into many engagements if you want to actually kill someone, but sometimes you just go for way too much, and it might not end up as well as you would like it to.
And K23 are eliminated in 10th. It's Maki Mleko and Quick Math that take out the boys from K23. Tuho, Juho, and Mies throwing down some smokes as one of the aggressive Polacks, Morpheus, who's the only one left in his team, is trying to collect some kills in this top 10 situation. It's good to get those placement points, but he wants to substantiate it with a bit of kill. With some kills. He does have to be very, very careful, though, as he comes around this wall, and he does put Tuho Juho on his back. He's going to bandage himself and not over peak afterwards. He does. Oh, and it's Tuho Juho that's going to get stolen away from him by Asmodeac from Team Spirit.
And it's always said, I mean, you don't get any points over that, right? You're working hard for your kill, and then you drop someone, but it's not enough to actually score some points. But they're on the placements. That's good. They're in the top 10 right now, and he was alone for a long, long time.
He's been alone for quite some time.
Bruxel left the building early.
He did. And Opj under some pressure here. No, I don't think they know Opj is just under this bank. So Gold B and AP Type 777 are looking towards Bram over Opj. And so if Bram communicates this correctly, Opj could pop up and they could take these guys out without them knowing.
Yeah, they're absolutely not
aware. And there's the move now. Opj slowly stepping up.
They were just showing that grenade to actually make sure, but Opj get one. That's A-Type out of this. Where's his teammate? There's Golpy. They're pushing up right now, and his teammate, Bram, following up immediately.
They are having
7 kills.
Such a good game, Rene. They played that out pretty much how I described. You know, they were looking towards Bram, then Opj, great job by our observer, by the way, got on board with him as soon as he popped up over that hill. And Morpheus with a kill now onto me. Yeah,
finally, he gets one.
Popped up over that hill, and then Bram took out the other player.
Yeah, it seems like Kurzpittige Frauen right now are really the best team in terms of how they take care of each other and how they play together. Once again, they would need to pick up.
You've got to pick up
one
Bram,
player. Yeah,
Jay.
you need to do it right now. Bram is just pushing to show them if there's anyone around.
So they just sacrifice.
Yeah, they sacrificed Bram.
I'm surprised by that. Of course, we have hindsight, so maybe they thought he was in the open, but that seemed like it could have been a safe res.
Yeah, I was wondering if you would just have
and Morpheus with a knock onto Kiss now. Morpheus is starting to work his way up. The aggressive Polak name not going in vain. He's trying to lay his claim to some kill points.
How many rhymes were in this?
How many what?
Rhymes.
How many rhymes?
Rhymes. You rhymed a lot there.
Did I rhyme a lot?
Yeah,
I literally
like
did not realize it. And yeah, talking about Maki Mleko, 6 kills. Oh, Morpheus. The camper van taking you behind the rock. Oh, that's going to be a good
I was
nade.
never a camping fan, and this shows exactly why I think that grenade will be spot on.
Ooh,
or it won't.
Just overreach.
Wow, there's another one.
But it's a raining hellfire and shrapnel
But he's still
right now.
alive.
How is he surviving all these grenades? He's chucked out a smoke, hoping that it buys him some time to heal. There's another nade coming in, though, buddy, as Asmodeus looks over the situation as well. I think that might be it.
Yep. Had to happen at one point.
Masters with a great grenade. If I'm not mistaken, I think I've seen Magsters with some good grenade play in one of the other weeks as well. And so I'm not surprised that they did some good, what do you call grenade work? What, is there a military term for grenade work? I don't know. Anyway, OpJ, Kurz, just waiting it out. Just him on his own now, which was kind of surprising. But with 7 kills and 4 teams left, they've done a great job. They can be very happy with this performance already. We can see Wasabi in the building with his teammate. Team Spirit to the southeast of them. OpJ sort of wedged slightly north of them. And then the Maka Mleko boys to the west. It's going to be an explosive final portion of the game heading into 30 minutes in, Rene.
Yeah, we're definitely getting to late game, end game. So now everyone wants to at least fill the board a bit with kills, but you also want to survive because you're so close to those 20 points you get for a win.
Yes, you get 20 points for that first place finish. Very healthy amount, and every game counts now with just 6 maps to play, 5 after this. OpJ, he can heal up a bit, but he's got a lot of attention drawn his way. Magsters looking towards Wasabi, laying down some suppressing fire. Crunio throwing a nade towards King Earl. Not exactly in the right direction, however, but they still move around. That's OpJ that comes around the back of Wasabi. He's going to pick up the kill there. He commits to it, which at this point is the right thing to do. He gets killed by the blue.
Yeah.
But, you know, at that point, I think he shouldn't have backed away, which he didn't. He stayed there, he collected the kill. With just 4 teams remaining, why not? And OG QWERTY eliminated in 3rd.
I just like that they really racked up some proper kills and that he realized, okay, this is no situation for me to get alive, like to get out alive. So rather get the kills. And this is a lot of open space here for Team Spirit and
open space on the hill, Rene.
Yostis.
Nade comes in, taking away maybe 90% of Majda's HP. He's going to try to lie down and heal up as Crunio looks over the battlefield in between them and Team Spirit. Both of these teams have had great games. 6 kills on Spirit, and Maka had 7, I think. And so 2 versus 2. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, definitely teams that know how to kill and how to make it mechanically happen. Asmodeus is now running around him. I was actually expecting him to peek around a bit more. He would spot Crunio. He does so.
Good damage.
But actually, he gets the damage. Yeah, Crunio way better. And that's the chance for Maka to actually knock down the first one, but it didn't work out so far.
Not so far. Great view of both POVs right now. Majdis is going for the long flank, but he's almost caught out by Asmodeus, hiding behind the palm tree. Those shots are not landing. You've got to make them hit, Asmodeus. Team Spirit struggling to make it happen now, and Crunio, and yeah, it's him that finishes it off. Gets both kills onto Team Spirit, and it's Maka Mleko with the best start possible. First place and 9 kills.
Yeah, that's
very
points.
High scoring, Rene.
It is for a start, especially.
38 points to start off.
Yeah, it's like that's how you want to start your grand final evening. But I have to say, it was clearly in favor of Crunio and clearly in favor of Asmodeus and Pokaira for the first attempt there. But as you said, they didn't hit shots. They were they had them in the crosshair, didn't hit the shots. And then, yeah, you will be punished for that.
Yeah, it looked like at the end, I'd love to get Toby's opinion on this as well, since he knows this game in and out so well. But it looked like just at the end, it was a simple case of the shots were missed by Team Spirit when Maka Mleko was, I think it was, well, yeah, one of their players crossing to behind the palm tree. And then after that, it left Amadeus from Team Spirit open. He gets dropped, and from there it was all finished. A big shout out to Kurz, by the way. They played a very good game, good teamwork, good amount of kills. That moment with Tricchio was tricky, but they came out on top. That was a really, really great end to the first match. That was exciting stuff. It was a slow burner, Rene, which surprised me at the start, but then afterwards, it just all kicked off in like the final 10 minutes.
Definitely. I mean,
And
we had a slightly slower start.
Morpheus trying to stay alive with all those grenades raining on him. And he did well to stay alive after his teammate dropped early.
Even with Maka and the team around Asmodaic to pick up so many kills, I have to say kudos to Kurz Pittigerfrauen.
Yes.
Because they picked each other up a lot. They still racked up a lot of kills. They played it right. So yeah, they didn't come out on top this time, but I think besides the top two, that's my next team on the list to watch.
Yeah, so let's say Kurz, so Kurz Pittigerfrauen, Maki Maleko, Team Spirit, and what was it? Team Spirit, Maki Maleko, Kurz Pittigerfrauen, aggressive Polax as well that I wanted to point out because he played a great solo game after his teammate dropped. Those are people that I'm going to be looking at specifically going into Game 2. That was a fantastic first match on Miramar. 5 more to go, 2 of which are going to be on Miramar.
Yeah, another 2 on Miramar. Then we head over to Erangel to go back to classic PUBG, basically. That was round 1, and we'll be back with even more action from Miramar right after the break. We're back. Wingman Series 7, the dab by Parler. So
It's
that
back,
is
guys.
definitely Parler, the guy that does weird stuff.
The dab
I'm
is
GRunner.
back, guys. 2019, yeah. My name's Parler.
You make it cool again.
My name's Parler. His name's Rene. This is GLL Wingman Season 7 Grand Finals. We kicked it off with Miramar on EU, and then we'll finish it off later today with NA. $80,000 across both regions, 6 maps for each. 3 on Miramar, 3 on Erangel. It's all kicking off here tonight.
Time to get you a wider shot so you can do all of this movement and people still see it. I think we need that. But what we also need is actually a leaderboard showing us what happened in round number 1. It's the match that was just behind us, and you can see, look at Kurz Pittigerfrauen, even second due to all the kills. Yes, Maka
Pittigerfrauen. Sorry, I was just pressing.
Do you want to do all of them now in this way?
No, I don't. Rene, we saw Maki Maleko have an amazing game, 9 kills finishing in first. Kurtz got 8 kills, and then they finished, I think it was in 4th, and that put them in 2nd overall. Team Spirit in 3rd, QWERTY in 4th, and then Quick Math with just 8 placement points, but with 4 kills, putting them into 5th.
It still says Quick Match. Why does everyone say Quick Math?
I don't know, but I'm very confident it's Quick Math, considering their logo, and I've seen them
I'll
before.
just go with whatever is on the screen.
Yeah.
No, I'm totally fine with that.
And a big shout out also to Aggressive Polax. They were 1 player down for most of that game. They still managed to finish in 6th. K23 had some good moments throughout that game, but then they fell. I'm surprised by the Klaskarja not finishing higher, but hey, it's game 1. It's early in the evening, and now, Rene, it's time for game 2.
Yeah, just want to say YMCA only on 17th, 1 placement point. That's all together. I think 1 kill maybe. But yeah, 17 definitely not how they want to start things here in the grand final. But we're on our way on our 2nd plane. We're crossing once again the middle of the map.
Closer to the plane that you wanted.
Yes, a bit closer.
Rene's wanted a plane that ends up in the southwest. He preferred it if it was just east to west in the south, going over Puerto Los Leones and ending in Villa del Mar. But who knows, Rene? This could end up with that fabled circle that you'd like to see over Valle in the southwest. This time, we can see that Hellscream and Scooby have landed to the northwest. Not as far northwest or north as the Aggressive Polax. Then we've got Baklava Boys, Code Marco, near Cruz de Valle. We've got the Quick Math Boys. And look, again, as we move on from Quick Math, we can see Desperados and Alia and Tok landing in like just east of the graveyard area over Generales.
Oh yeah, they go for the similar start to the previous 2 rounds.
Exactly. So in the map that we saw restart, they land in the same area, and then in when it was restarted, they landed in the same area, and now again they've landed in the same area. And I'm pretty certain this must be their drop, because this is the same position, if I'm not mistaken, that they landed in the last game.
But this time they actually decided for at least different compounds.
Yes, different compounds.
So it's not that easy for them to shoot immediately.
And our circle is going to be over the northwest.
It's definitely not the island circle I asked for, that's for sure. So that's as far away as it could be, basically. So it kind of works for Desperado and for Quick Math as well. And it kind of works for Morpheus and Bruxel.
Ah, look who it is. Our favorite Pokemon back in the mix. The Orange Boy.
Is it a Palamon?
Maybe it's a Renemon. Renemon.
That sounds... It's a French name, but you make it sound Spanish, which is really weird.
Oh, and we've got a Burger Boy.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's new to me. Didn't saw it before.
And
Now I'm
he's-
getting hungry.
oh.
Oh, you see him having... Wait, a burger has an ice cream?
Yes.
This is going crazy now. It's like, what's coming
No
next?
mas pollo para, it said on that building. No more chicken.
What?
No, I don't know. Anyway, burgers eating ice creams. Teams dropping on Miramar. Circles going to the northwest. This is Wingman. This is Season 7. GLL Grand Finals, baby. $40,000 these guys are playing for. The $40,000 over on the NA Finals as well. That will be happening later tonight in the early morning. Talking about the early morning, do not forget, everybody at home, every day when you wake up, say thanks to Hulk Jesus. None of this would be possible without the Green God looking down on us, empowering us with the radioactive powers of superheroes.
Radioactive power.
That's what made Bruce Banner the Hulk, right? It was
That is true.
Was it nuclear or radioactive?
It was a Hulk Jesus.
No, I mean in the actual lore of Marvel
Yes.
movies, was it radio waves or was it nuclear power, whatever, that made Bruce?
Wait, isn't radioactive coming from nuclear?
I don't know, man. I'm not a scientist.
No, definitely. So there's radioactive waves coming from nuclear processes and fusion and all that. So I think it's not the same, obviously.
Is that?
But both were part of the process of creating Hulk.
Would you like to one day see a nuclear-powered car, Rene? You've told me off air, you're like, yes, come on, I want a nuclear car, yeah.
That's definitely what I told you.
That's what you tell me all the time, man.
Sure. It's what I'm dreaming of every single day.
Oh, no, so it was gamma rays. And
That
gamma
is
rays...
still radioactive.
And that's nuclear fission.
It's still the radioactive waves.
Arising from radioactive decay. Okay, yeah, so it's kind of everything. And you know what I'd prefer to talk about? PUBG. We're on board with Unknown Marie from Cobra Toxin. This is one of the teams that I've had the pleasure of watching so far.
No, we watched them last week as well.
Yes.
By the way, 5 minutes in, no one died.
No one has yet died. Norkis and Ghostar. Let's see if the Clascadia can pick things up from game 1. I'm sure that they are warming up to the competition tonight. They definitely didn't look like they were having a bad game. I guess just certain situations didn't play out in their favor. At points, they had some good elevation. They were getting into strong engagements, but then some kills were taken away from them. And so nothing to be ashamed of in their from their perspective.
It's similar to the Gutka boys, right? They had a good start. Should some good
Yes,
rounds.
they did.
Costa finds
It was
AP type, by the way, and gets flushed out immediately by Knorkis right after. That's the first kill for them. That's also the first kill of round 2. Something to be proud of.
It was ball-in of Gatka boys that, I can't remember who he killed, but he put them literally into a ball of fire as they rode past him. Exploded them. Evaporated them. Burnt them to a crisp. Gold B retreats as his teammate falls. We can see Sakura and Sampula starting off closer to Alcantara. And they're going to potentially run into the boys from Tornado Energy. I love that name, by the way, Tornado. That's what we need tonight, Tornado Energy.
Is that your new energy drink that you try to advertise right now?
It's just the name of their organization, Tornado Energy. And yeah, it looks as though there's going to be a crossing of the path between YMCA and Tornado. We can see Wasabi as well.
I just had a great thing about your name, but I can't explain it. It's too long now if I explain it to people. So sad.
Ewang and Fuffins of Oof on El Pozo. They have a lot of space to work with. They're going to be looting to their heart's content.
Zero once again having a look at Tok and Alia. It's really interesting that Desperado always runs into the same team.
Yeah, I mean, they drop in the same place right now. I would imagine they've planned for this to an extent. They must know. They must know that.
By now, yes.
I would imagine they have the pre-knowledge that both of them favour that area.
Sampula, that is the unlucky YMCA team, only on 17th of the leaderboard, so definitely want to step up their game a bit here in round 2. There is Melman on the other side. Probably got spotted by Sampula before, I guess. That's
chugging
why he was
along.
standing there.
Chugging along.
It's a nice ride. Look at this. I mean, you and your buddy.
Is that what you'd like to?
66.
Do you think, out of all the maps in PUBG, would you say Miramar is the one that you in real life would like to ride through the most?
Definitely not.
Which one would you like to ride through the most?
I mean,
why?
since all of the streets are not that great, I would go for Vikendi.
Vikendi.
It's a bit like Rally Monte Carlo.
I like that.
Oh, and that is Silas picking up Rax in a pretty quick one here. Busting the entire car. And now Call Me Marco obviously is running into the same. Huckstar and Silas from Beauty and the Beast. I wonder who's the Beauty and who's the Beast.
I'm not sure.
We see the pictures there. Do you know? Do you recognize?
Oh, that's a lot of damage. Just a couple of more connections and Marco would have been out of there. Fortunately for him, he does get away. So his team will not be out. He's got so much attention on him right now, though. I can see Calvin Klein looking toward... Yep. Oh, no, they're actually firing over him towards Hugstar. Marco's going straight towards the Desperado boys, actually. Oh, and the circle's going to close in a bit towards the south. Tau Zera knows that Marco's trying to take a break. He spotted the top of his vehicle, the top of his Jeep. He's going to chuck a nade down there. He has 2 of them, and his teammate as well. Calvin, and yeah, an easy kill. That's going to be the first team eliminated Dream Duo. You're going to have a chance to have a nap and maybe have some dreams of yourself of what you might end up doing in Game 3, because that's an early exit 10 minutes in. Yeah,
definitely not how you want to quit round 2. There should be a bit more into this, right? You want to achieve way more than that. They still got another 4 rounds, actually, to do so.
Yep. Just 10 minutes in, the concentration of teams close to or within the circle seems to be quite high. Kajuti of Good People Only is going to try to take out the Cobra Toxin boys. A lot of damage there from his teammate as well, Turbo Banani. Oh, and they actually exit the vehicle, the Cobra Toxin boys, and their vehicle is on fire now. They're going to have to be careful of an impending explosion. Turbo Banani's got some great angles here on top of the stairs, looking out through the window, leaning. And Norbor has been knocked because of that. It's not good for Unknown. He's like 1 HP. Yep. Cobra Toxin are eliminated in 31st. Renee, not a good start for the Snake Boys.
Definitely not there. We saw way better performance of them last week. And obviously it's good for Ghostar and his teammates. Pick up some early kills. We see Ewang and Fuffins currently behind King Earl, while Tok picks up a knock at least on Trigans. Like Toby tried
Asmodeic. Toby tried to tell us...
It's he said it completely different.
I know. I'm not the best at pronunciations, but Asmodeic, that would be a very big scalp to take early on in the round, especially for the Swarm. Alia and Tok want to finish off that kill, or at least stop Pagera from rotating to res him. Let's see if they're able to do that. I like the positions that they have right now. They're committed to this. Waiting down the clock so that Asmodeic cannot be raised. We'll take a look from the POV of Pagera, what he can do to staunch the blood loss. Nades towards Drone. Norkis and Ghostar of the Klashkarja. X-Team with the vantage point at the back. it looks to me as though, yeah, Drone is going to back off in his vehicle to meet up with X Team and not engage in this instance. Maybe a pretty good idea considering Ghostar and Norkis have some lethal shots on them when it counts. And Tok has actually, yeah, killed Asmodeus. So I would imagine they waited down that clock and stopped Pagera from picking him up. And Team Spirit, who came in second in our last game, are now one player down, just 13 minutes into game 2. Pagera, though, is trying to get an idea of where Tok is behind that smoke. And Tok's actually firing back. That's quite a good idea to push Pagera away from just holding the angle. Pagera re-aims in, scopes back in, seeing if he's being pushed from any other directions.
It's interesting now. They obviously have a face-off here, basically. And Pagera, he wants that kill because currently he's without a teammate. Obviously, he died already and without a kill. So going out now means absolutely no points in round 2. It's definitely not what they want to run into. While we see Quick Math also getting involved now with Team Spirit and the Swarm here. That's the slightly north of the center of the circle. The 6 different dots there. Pagera finds Tok. It's the first knock here at least. But Aliyah is still around. Pagera also took some damage.
It's a good job by Pagera to manage to get a single knock when he's in a 1 versus 2. I wonder how he can progress here if he wants to try to get the second kill. Oh, wow. They're just going to stay on the same angles that they've been battling over as we head on over to YMCA Sakura with a heap of damage onto Hellscream. Scooby is going to need to help him here. And, oh, Tricure and Faye apparently in the mix as well. Yes, just slightly to the south. And they kill Sampula completely. And so that's a good job of them third-partying. Sakura tries to do some final bit of work onto Scooby, and he's so low. Just needed a few more bullets there to get a kill. But unfortunately, he's going to be left in the wide open with Faye and Tricure knowing exactly where he is. Oh, and the kill feed's suddenly exploding. We see the aggressive Polax getting a kill. We see Team Spirit. Oh, so Pagera's managed to do it. Yeah, Pagera's taken both of the guys out.
That's big for that. I mean, that's 4 points without any placement for him right now. Well, there's even more happening. Sakura gets killed and flushed by Trico. And Morpheus is also a problem with Broxley here right now. I mean, Broxley would love to pick up his teammate, but he doesn't really know where the shots are coming from. Silas hitting him once again. That will be hard. Yeah, pick him up. Pick him up, pick him up, pick him up. Let's go.
Oh!
Yeah, let's go was right, but that was kind of let's go off the server.
Mr. Mans telling the aggressive Polax, you're out. I'll see you in game 3. Good nade by him. PUBG players so astute with their nades. Very good at utilizing them. And literally, as I say that, Wobik has to run away from a beautifully placed nade. In a 2 versus 1, you're not getting out of this, buddy.
Oh, yeah. He was pushed by, I think it was the Gatka boys, Digger and Ball in here.
Ooh, Klaskarja, good shot from Ghostar. And Norkis getting a kill. 4 kills so far for Klaskarja. That's a good start for them. Well, no, we're moving into the midway point of the match. 25 teams remaining, 16 minutes down. Team Spirit are eliminated. Gold B taking out Pagera. Turbo Banani and Kajutu as well, eliminating 58 years old. Sorry for that X team.
It's interesting now for Kajutu if he can do anything else. I mean, they're sharing a kill each. That's good, but could be a lot better. But look at this compound. There's a lot of action going on. Milky Way. Zoom. Yes. Is Momino really on the other side? Yeah, he is. And oh, Hobbits also. So that would be an interesting one, but Zoom got his offstring with him. His offstring. That's kind of what he's doing here. Oh, there's the spot. They'll take the shots, not connecting a single one. Oh dear, that was a waste of ammunition.
So difficult when you are looking through an angle like that. And you've got, you know, what would you call them? Pillars in front of you and so many different things distracting your aim and stopping your bullets from getting through cleanly. And Bram and Opji now off the Tricuo managing to kill one, then the blue taking the other. So that's going to be Kurz, Pittiger, heading out in 23rd, I think it was.
Yeah, 23rd, and they happened 3rd and overall 2nd after round 1. But this will be now a lot harder for them going into round 3.
This is a much faster paced game than game 1, Rene. We're 17 minutes in, 22 teams remaining, and a very heavy concentration to the north, well, in between Graveyard and Minas Generales. Quick Math looking to defend themselves from a flank by Tricuo and VII.
Quick Math still on the hunt. I mean, 0 killed so far. And not yet in the high placements, so definitely either need to stay alive or find a lot of victims on the way to the circle. This is still the compound that we have been with before. It's a pretty busy one right now. Seems like everyone wants to be here. That's the spot to be in. It's basically like E3. Everyone's sold in, everyone wants to get in. You ever been to E3?
Yeah, I've been to E3 a couple times.
I've never been.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty intense. It's
just like this, Tozera takes out Silas. That is a 3rd kill for the team. And the Desperados.
Yeah, the Desperados with 3 kills and closing in onto a top 20 placement where those placement points start. And so that's good for them. Klaskarja with 4. Can draw a parallel between the two teams' scores at this point. And Validate also with 3 kills, coming close to a 4th. I'm sure he'll be able to finish off Norkis now. No, he's not. Ooh, there's a lot of pressure actually onto Norkis.
That will be stolen now. If they don't finish him now with the grenade, yep, that will be stolen. I'm absolutely sure. No, they get it.
Oh, that nade seemed to...
Oh,
that's an amazing nade as well.
Ghost Star is super low right now, probably below 20. And Validate is now pushing for that. They want to get Ghost Star, but Ghost Star mat up a bit. He's now coming over the top. Cairo found him, not hitting him, but then it's the 2 headshots of his teammate, Phi, and with that they add another kill to the list.
I was singing the praises of Klaskarja. I'm assuming that they finished on 4 or 5 kills, which means 8 to 10 kill points, but Team Validate there, Tricuo and VII did a great job of spotting them out, pushing when it counted, and finishing it off. Good nades. We can see I-Fi, Team Spirit duo, trying to engage on the Desperados. A nice spread now between our teams, each in their little bunkers or rotating into the areas they want to take control of. Scooby on the move for Palki Clan. No kills yet for them. Relatively quiet. Oh, and as I say that, he spots out Talzera, but he doesn't take the shot, and Talzera sees him, comes back around the corner, and then gets knocked by Scooby. Scooby should be able to finish that off, especially if Calvin Klein is busy somewhere else.
Now where he spots him, look at that. There we go. Calvin gets at least a bit of damage done, and now there's blue coming in as well, and Calvin is finally getting the kill. That's another 2. Yeah, you got Scooby. Oof is eliminated, but now Desperado, that one Desperado has to get moving.
Yep.
Because Blue is moving in as well, and there are a lot of people right in front of him. Look at that. Kivo finds Calvin immediately.
How is Calvin still alive, Rene? Is this nade going to take him out with the blue as well? No, it's not going to hop over the rock.
Yep.
But he's in a tough spot in the blue, needs to drop his smokes to be able to move anyway. He's creating a line that he can kind of walk through or walk around. Chucks a nade out as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, he's very low.
Yeah, and that's it. He got caught out by I-Fi. Yeah, that was basically just cleaning up what happened there. Crunio, that is the team that won round 1. And he's facing Shoto and Turbo Banani right now. And it seems like he will not be out on top of this skirmish. Below 50% already. There's a grenade coming in.
That's a brilliant nade. Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Only 15. Seems like the teams that really scored well in round 1, in game number 1, are kind of struggling in game 2 to get grips of the game.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that all of our top 5 are out. We have, K23 who were in like 8th or something, that they're probably looking to substantiate themselves. The other Team Spirit duo of Kivo and I-Fi trying to match their other team spirit duo's performance of the first map. Apocalypse taking out Tricuo. We've got 13 teams remaining now with 22 seconds off the clock. The pressure of the blue and the circle getting ever more tight. Going to be a lot of engaging happening over to this western portion of the circle with Hobbit, Mamino,
yeah, it's like
Team Spirit.
The question is, where do you want to be for the last circle starts? Like, where would you like to position yourself? If you're solo, if you still have your teammate with you. Hobbit and Mamino still without a kill so far. They might get Kivo, though, because he's pretty close if he's ever jumping around that corner. Might be his last corner. Let's see. Oh, Kivo starts a fight with Mamino a bit earlier already. It's not even jumping around. But now he might be. I mean, there's look at these windows. Yep, that's where Hobbit can get involved, and he does
that's
so.
That's a really good kill. He's going to try and get a nade to finish it off.
He saw that.
That's very critical play. He gets the kill through such a tight angle, chucks a nade through to kill Kivo, then swings round the corner and absolutely destroys I-5.
Just keep in mind how much he did in just a minute. He spotted that guy through the window. Like, he got the call from his teammate. He must be at the wall. He checked the window, gets the drop, immediately takes the grenade, flushes him off, and then was like, oh, I'll push the next one as well. Just comes around the corner, flush him as well. That's beautiful. Another grenade takes out Toby Banani. I mean, at least knocks him, so Kyoto can pick him up again. We're down nearly to the top 10.
Yep. A lot of action unfolding now in these last few minutes. I think K23 are in a very good position, considering the circle where iZoom and Offstring are. And they're going to be feeling confident coming off the back of those plays by Hobbit.
Yeah, obviously they're now coming off a high, basically. Did a beautiful fight there. Let's see how they do about Offstring and his teammate. Battlestrong for Gifted Gaming PUBG. All alone, he also spawned alone. So definitely no teammate around, nor any kill that he gave away with it. Banish himself up. Gets ready for moving into the circle, because, yep, that is basically the only thing he needs to cross. And there's Crap waiting right on the other side from VII Esports to take the first shot at him.
And it's the Baklava boys whistling away his HP even more. Who's going to get the kill? No one. The blue is. Unfortunate for the Baklava and VII Esports squads. They miss out on picking Battlestrong up. And the circle looks to be centered directly over VII Esports. They are really going to like that, considering they are holed up in this central building. King Earl eliminating good people only. Kajuti and Turbo Banani out of there in a flash. iZoom rotating now with Offstring. Mamino's going to spot them from behind. With 2 kills, K23 would like to get a few more. As many as possible, as always, but as we see things progress into the top 10, you know those kills are for the taking.
Yeah, Mamino obviously didn't contribute anything yet to the 4 points that Hobbit got him. So it's his time now to get involved.
Ooh,
Buster.
good shots by
obviously
Buster.
is sitting right in the center of the circle, and they find Zoom. Now want to also get rid of Offstring. He's still behind the rocks there, so Buster needs to be aware, obviously, that maybe another team could push in when they see that they are kind of busy with another team. Crap takes the shots, though.
Their first 2 kills have come in the last 20 seconds in the 26th minute. And with this circle, I can only see them racking up even more.
I mean, they're sitting in the best position, probably.
They have an amazing position.
Yeah,
Tornado
as long as they
energy.
don't get pushed without seeing it, like without being able to react to it, they should be able to pick up more. Like, there's still Huckstar. Mans is alone, it seems. I guess Huckstar is alone.
Huckstar's doing some plumbing. He's trying to sort out the water systems for the compound.
Sewer people. Tries to do his job, do his duty for the people.
Mans knows he's there.
Probably. You think so?
Well, he's looking in his direction. He is looking in his direction. Woxy from the Baklavars going to take advantage of Mans not knowing their position. Mans probably going to use that as an initiative to push closer towards Hugster. Yep, and a nade is going to go into the waterworks. Oh, it's going to hop over the top. That's not what you want. And he's in the blue now, and he's dead to Apocalypse. Hugster, lucky to make it out of that one alive. That nade had dropped in. It was surely a GG for him. VII Esports, not yet to get a third kill, but with some good damage onto Apocalypse.
I mean, they're at least now in the top 5.
Top
and the
5,
2 kills,
so
there are 4 points already.
Very substantial placement points.
Yeah. It's not bad at all, but Buster is looking for more. They obviously now know that their position is really favorable and that they have to make as much out of this as possible. Oh, they saw the shot, so they might be able to know that Hugster is there. Now they definitely spotted Hugster, and that is an easy one. He's crawling up off his little secret hole there, and Crap is finishing him off. That's another 2 points. So what we just said, that's now their chance to play position and actually get a lot out of this.
It seems as though VII are having that sort of fortunate turn of events when it comes to PUBG, where that position that you've claimed as your own ends up being a very late circle in the game, and you can look out, you can pick people off, you're not under too much pressure, nobody's close enough to chuck nades in. 28 minutes in, people are having to smoke to get close to you, and Buster's even able to knock Laza as he goes through the smoke. Apocalypse is going to try and pick him up, but that nade I think is going to finish things off, Rene. Yeah,
that looks really good. It's going right under Laza, and that is another kill for them. So all of a sudden it's 4, that's 8 points. Crap throwing another grenade into the direction of Mark and Woxy, and he's actually getting him. There's a second one following. Woxy's already running away, but even he get a lot of damage. Well, still not enough, though, to clear Marker to actually flush him.
I'm wondering if VII Esports are even going to have any sort of contest going into getting the top spot.
It's really interesting that Bus and Crap are sitting there and both fighting completely different teams without any problems.
And look, now they're even choosing to reposition to higher up, closer towards the center of the circle, and they picked a great time to do that when they'd exerted their force over the other teams and they knew there wasn't too much attention drawn their way, and these angles might even take the other teams by surprise.
Yeah, see, Crap, he was here before. That's where you threw down the grenade onto Woxy and Marco. But Crap knows that he can spot them soon. As soon as they try to move out there, because Blue is obviously pushing them. Yeah, they on the right. He should be able to see him now. He did so, and he's just firing it up. Let's see if he can maybe unload a magazine and get a lucky shot there. Lucky hit, basically.
Yeah, they've got such a strong perimeter set up around this fortress that they've created over the last 10-15 minutes. They've utilized their nades very well. They've not peaked. They've not over-peaked. And now everybody else is being forced to just walk towards them. Woxy of Baklava throwing smoke grenades out in between himself and King Earl. It's going to be very tough for the 3 teams outside of the complex to push towards VII Esports, Rene.
Okay, look at King Earl. He's basically running right through that crosshair, Woxy, but Woxy obviously doesn't know. There's the smoke. Crap is pushing. He actually left the building, and he's pushing Apocalypse. Is that his teammate right on this left? It is, but it's been taken down by Apocalypse. They get him in the end.
What they've done. They've created like an entire... I'm not sure how many of those smokes were theirs, but there was an entire smoke wall behind them that they knew that they were safe to just push there. That was very, very smart, and they've both stayed alive.
Yeah, but still, Buster had to pick up Crap, so that was definitely not how they wanted this to be played out.
Not completely ideal, but they got the result they wanted. They got the kill, and now they're in a 2 versus 1. Code Marco under so much pressure.
Yep, that's it. Code Marco done by Buster. The last kill of the match is 6 on top of that, of the 20 they get, so 20... that's 32 points in total. Not as good as what we saw on round 1 from the winner with the beautiful name that Paula really nails every single time. Go for it once again.
Which one? Maki Mlieko or Kurt?
No, I like the other one.
Maki Mlieko, yeah.
Yes. They won round 1. VII Esports taking round 2.
Yeah, congratulations to VII Esports. They had a really good run at the end there. I'm not exactly sure at which point they settled down in that complex, but when they did, and with the circle landing where it did, they used all those factors to their advantage. and they peeked out of the building when necessary. They used their grenades very well, and it was kind of like disparate forces pushing towards them that they could pick off one by one, Rene.
I have to say, I really like that, even with having that advantageous position, that they were willing to push out to Apocalypse to finish this. They were really like, okay, we got it this far. Now it is for us to actually leave the building. Otherwise, we might get unlucky and get picked off one by one. Let's do this as a team.
Yeah, well, Rene, when you pointed that out to me when we switched to that scene on screen, I was very surprised because I was like, surely then they're open to being shot at from behind or from around them. But then when one of them spun around, I can't remember if it was Crab or Buster, we saw that there was just like a complete wall of smokes protecting the one flank where other teams were. And so in which sense, with that in mind, they made such a perfect play by pushing out. They impressed their will, and they got 2 extra kills for it and finished them first. They guaranteed themselves that placement and those kills.
It was what we talked about before we went into round 1. Like sometimes PUBG gives you a game, but still to win it you have to grab it and make it happen.
Yep.
So they were lucky with the circle, definitely, but they also showed great teamwork and awesome mechanics, I have to say, when taking this match and winning round 2. With that, the first 2 are in the books, and more of that right after the break.
Welcome back, everybody, to GLL Wingman Series 7 Grand Finals live from Stockholm, Sweden. My name is Parla, and now I am joined by Toby. My man, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Haven't seen him since Nations Royale. Yep, Rene's taking a little break. There's 3 of us here this evening, tonight, in the morning, whatever you want to call it. Because it's a long night, yeah, we're all going to be switching in and out over the course of the event.
We got plenty of time to practice our handshakes.
Why? What was wrong with the handshake?
I thought this went good, but then you were going for something more, and I kind of failed it. And then,
Why is everyone so touchy about handshakes? It's fine. They connected.
Yeah.
It was good. Have you been watching the game so far, Tony,
I have.
upstairs?
It's been interesting.
I just called you Tony. I've called you Tony.
I can be Tony for
I've
you.
called you Tony.
I'll be whatever you want to call me.
Tony, Andy. I don't even know. Should I even bother calling you Toby anymore?
You did call me Andy one time.
Do you remember Nations
Our
Royale?
very first time casting
When it was
together.
getting super late.
I'm Paolo, this is Andy.
Yeah.
No. It was our first game.
Really?
It was our very
but we had
first game.
We had Andy there.
That was
my brain was fried. Anyway.
Who's Tony then?
Toby, it's good to have you. Who's Tony? I don't know, man. Just change the beat for that. It's good to have you back.
Thank you.
Let's get the scoreboard up for the 2 games that we've seen so far today. 2 Miramar games, and we'll get up the scoreboard for game 2 from what we just saw. 7 Esports finished on top. They had a pretty interesting performance, substantiating themselves in that compound at the end. 20 placement points, 6 kills. Looking for Team did well with 7 kills, 12 placement points. Good People only in 3rd, QWERTY in 4th, and Baklava in 5th. Toby, what stands out to you on this leaderboard from Game 2 and what you picked up from watching upstairs?
One thing that I love to see here is Seven is doing well. Crabbing and Buster, they play in contenders on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And they got 2nd place in the whole kickoff cup thing that went on. Like, these guys are probably the only ones within this group that has recently played against PEL teams and actually done extremely well too. So good to see them getting on up there, sitting in 3rd place overall now.
Yep, and it was Maka Mleko who won game 1 of today, and they still sit at the top of our leaderboard. They had a monstrous first game. And it's QWERTY in 2nd, 7 in 3rd. Team Spirit, who managed to do very well in our first game. They got 2nd place, but not have such a great 2nd game of the day, are in 4th overall. And then we've got the Kurs Pittigeflauen boys in 5th.
Did you figure out what it meant?
No, I don't think anyone knows, not even a German speaker like Rene.
That's interesting.
Anyway, Toby, let's jump into the final Miramar match of the day before we head into 3 games of Erangel.
Which do you like more? From a casting, like viewing perspective. Are you more of a Erangel or Miramar boy?
I like Erangel just because it's like the classic PUBG.
Is that the reason though? Just because it's the classic?
I guess just because I have like a better familiarity to
that
it.
makes sense.
And the green and the forest, and I like the whole military sort of meta of it as well. And just overall, it's something that I enjoy watching, I would say, more than Miramar in the sense of Miramar's so much bigger. Sometimes the momentum can take more time to come together.
True.
And seeing how things develop on the map's a bit different to Erangel.
Yeah.
But, you know, we've seen over the course of this tournament, for instance, and the other things that I've done with PUBG, that Miramar can be explosive as well. But I mean, in general, players, which they generally prefer Erangel over Miramar, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, for the most part, but that's the same reasons that you come down to the fact that they are more familiar with playing the map. But early kills coming in, Manny. Oh, that's not the kind of start he wanted to have to that game. Unfortunately so. But he will indeed go down. And the unlucky team, I guess they weren't that unlucky after all.
Yep, indeed. Toby, from where these teams have dropped, is anything... So tell me about this dynamic of Desperados and... Tok and
Swarm?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They always drop around Graveyard and Minas Generales.
Yeah, the funny thing here is Desperados, when like these two guys are two parts of a 4-man squad.
Yep,
on
indeed.
a regular basis, and they normally land here in Minas.
Ah, I see.
So when they're a squad, they will land here, and I guess that a lot of the guys do. Like they'll land the same place in duos that they would with their squad. Because, well, I mean, again, as you came back to before, familiarity, where they're used to looting, their loot patterns, and what do they like to do? So I guess that's a big factor in it. And then, I mean, Minas is a big enough place in duo so you can fit two teams in. There's even a road separating the east and the west side. So I think Tok and Aliyah, they just said, you know what? I mean, you can take the eastern side. We'll settle for the western one.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of interviewing Calvin, seeing them compete at the
Kickoff Cup.
At the Kickoff Cup.
Yeah.
And so have a good level of familiarity with them. Who else in our final 32 has stood out to you? Because for me, it's YMCA, seeing the Curse Pittige Frauen guys, Makai Meleko, Desperados, and then in other ways like Oof, and then Aggressive Polax too.
Yeah.
I remember the Viper Toxin guys, but they're not having such a great night tonight so far. Faye and Tricuo, quick math. Tell me about who stood out for you and who I should look out for, Toby.
I think two guys to look out for, not necessarily for what they've done so far, but potentially what they could do, is actually Aliyah and Tok, the two guys we talked about just before up in Minas, because they were on Swarm, the team, again, 4-man team, but they've actually both left that team now to play with each their own team. But I guess they're still friends, so they stick around and play these tournaments together, right? And also they made it this far at while they started this tournament when they were still on that team. But Aliyah, when it's squads, normally plays a really flanking play style. So that'll be the one where you have three guys together, and then you have Aliyah splitting off to the side and doing kind of the whole get around in the side business. And I think not a lot of teams really do that in duos. Most teams, they say, oh no, we're only two. We have to be close to each other so we can rest each other if something happens, and the whole trading frags and all that stuff. But I would like to see more of people actually daring to try and get some off ankles and maybe not have that immediate rest opportunity.
Yeah.
But get that element of surprise in instead. Maybe we'll see a little more of that happen. And then Hoekstra, he'll be the unleashed dog. If you don't know him, he's a great guy. He's the one that'll rather have one game where he dies because he went too aggressive, but then have two games where he gets a lot of kills because he did the exact same thing.
Yup. Beauty and the Beast.
I can see that. I'm kind of wondering who's the beauty in it.
Yeah, that's me and Rene were wondering that as well. What about you, Toby? Which map do you prefer out of Erangel and Miramar?
For duos, honestly, I think it's a very, very tight race. Again, the familiarity thing does push towards Erangel, but I think there are so many different outplay potentials and so many things you can do on Miramar that you simply can't do on Erangel to the same extent, especially because it's such a big map. There's so many different paths you can take.
Yeah.
So many different ways you can engage fights when you have dips and hills and divots everywhere. There's always an escape, pretty much.
Yeah, it seems like on Miramar there can be more chaos. So whilst I did say that I feel like in Erangel I see more steady sort of the pace picking up at a more steady fashion, or you might be able to see more sooner. At the same time, Miramar, it seems like there can be some sort of at time organized chaos going on across the map because of the topography that you were just mentioning and how much there is actually going on the map.
It tends to be one of those where somehow, even though the terrain shouldn't allow for it, a whole hell of a lot of players get really close to one another without doing that engagement. And then once you hear that first bullet come in and you see the first knock, everybody just stands up and starts shooting. And that's when like the chaos really commences, and the observers, they get full PTSD because there's people getting killed all over the place, right? And they can't keep track of everything. But yeah, I mean, that's for sure a factor on Miramar, because even in terrain like this, stuff like that can happen.
Yeah, and we've seen the same thing happen again where Desperados and Swarm have got into an engagement very soon, and it's Tok that's been killed by Calvin Klein. So they're going to be down a player, at least for the start. At that point where you're both dropping in the same place, does it not occur to maybe, if you're not going to drop somewhere else, at least not try to, do you just still try to butt heads straight away?
I mean, we looked at the map real quick before, and oh, that's a good shot, ball in. Gotta give him credit for that one. Sorry for the train of thought, just getting it thrown off there. But we looked at them just before. They were actually, I mean, Aaliyah and Tok were actually leaving Minas. But Desperados had crossed the road and sat and waited for them. So I don't know if he was in a vehicle, what happened. But they were just sitting there lurking, saying, well, they normally run out in this way. They were sitting there waiting. And, well, you can see they're shooting towards Aaliyah now as well. So, assumably, that's how they caught Tok off guard there.
Yep. We're seeing the circle go to sort of the center of the north, Toby. What can we expect from that?
Tough rotations for the most part, because one thing is, when we talk squads, there's a billion vehicles available, but normally, I mean, you have one vehicle per player in squads. That's all good fun, but you have plenty of room to take them. Here, you're two guys, you take those two vehicles, but you're so miles, you're so far out in the open. And for a lot of these players that are down south right now, honestly, Aaliyah, Marco as well, if they don't have a teammate to pick him up, you can see Rax is making his way up there now, but I don't think a lot of them will have those cars, and they need to go north. So they need to find some sort of transportation to get up there, because running ain't gonna cut it.
Sakura is just struggling to cross the road right now. Not sure if he missed that school bus in the middle and then got caught out in the open, but Rothflat and Wobik trying to chase him down and finish that kill off. Is Sampula already down as well?
Why did Sakura cross the road?
To get
he
res.
Did and he got knocked.
He didn't. He got knocked. Yeah.
That's the level of humor we're doing today. For the next 7 hours.
Just wait. Just wait, man.
I'm waiting for you to come down to my level. You will eventually. You know it's gonna happen too.
Dude, I'm already there, man.
I'm
already there, but just wait until it hits 1 a.m.
After the break, it's gonna get even better. Tornado as well. They actually picked it. Like, these two guys are two of the Tornado Energy team that picked up Aaliyah. So they play with Aaliyah normally.
Ah, I see.
So that's pretty interesting to have them competing against each other in this tournament.
And I know Tornado Energy from the Kickoff Cup.
Good guys. Really good.
Good team. Powerful name, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of force behind it, for sure.
Where are we at right now? Quick math, furthest south.
They're always late to the rotations. Like, they never play aggressive. They always just take their time, and then they'll try and get a center position, and then they'll chill. At least that's what they would do in a squad game. But with them already being so far down on the edge here, I mean, obviously they know they'll have to take some fights, and they've been shooting towards Millman before as well. So it's gonna be up to 2-0 and Misa to either take the fight here or try to run around. Yeah,
well, Melman right now is just waiting it out. He wants to see which way these guys are going, because he knows they're behind him in the same sense that they know he's in front of them. And Tuho's already sniffing out angles, potentially where he could have holed up. Is it expected that he could be on the corner of that wall with the tree?
I don't think they have any clue he's there. I think Tuho came in with a vehicle, and that's why Millman is now sitting and waiting, because he heard the car. I don't think you can see he has a bike there. He heard the bike come in, and Millman didn't want to make it. Now he's moving because he hears the vehicles, so they won't be able to hear him run.
Yeah.
I don't think he wanted to take this engagement initially at all, but Aaron can see he's a really good. He's one of those guys that can pull out his mini and randomly just double headshot a guy out of a vehicle like that.
Yeah.
He's a really, really talented player. So this time around, I mean, seems like his teammate, he already had a position in the circle, so didn't really have to fight for it. Diggory again. That's already kills.
Yeah, we have a car crash, and Diggory, attending to the scene as best he can, annihilating Palki Clan.
That is a good start to the game there.
Yeah, with 4 kills in 10 minutes.
That's a good start.
The Gatka boys are looking good going into Game 3.
They got half the kills in the game so far.
Yes, they do. Exactly, with 2 teams gone.
Pretty good start. Pretty decent start. The circle gone south, that's an interesting one. San Martin in the middle, that's never somewhere you want to go. Just cities in general. I mean, it's bad in squads, it's even worse in duos. There's so many angles there where people can be lurking around.
What can you tell me about how Game 2 ended with VII Esports in that fortress they sort of created, where the circle was... It seemed the circle had helped them out, but they managed to do a good job of peeking in and out of the building, using their nades. How much of that was pre-planning? How much of it was just the circle landing in their favor?
I mean, you always make... I mean, if you're a good team, which VII is, and they will, of course, have made these thought processes, you always have to account for all different circle opportunities. So you'll say, what do we do with the circle goes here? What do we do if the circle goes here and there? And you, well, I mean, you plan according to ensure the circle goes to them. They're just gonna play with it. They don't. I mean, you're never gonna complain about having a little magnet on your compound.
We can see the guys from Validate engaging with Team Spirit. So we've got 2 Team Spirits in the server. Are they both
the duos?
And they play as Team Spirit as a whole team?
I'm not sure anymore. I mean, the funny thing is, not Kivo and Fi, but the other 2 guys, they were my first ever competitive PUBG casting. They were playing in the tournament.
Okay.
And only that game, and I've never casted them since before I see them right now. So it was a funny little nostalgic...
throwback.
Nostalgia. Yeah, exactly. Moment for me, though. That was funny.
Quick Maths not looking to follow better luck next time. 1 kill for them so far. Much needed, considering their place on the leaderboard. They haven't had strong finishes so far over the course of today.
Guess they need some better luck next time.
Yeah. Well, no, they need best luck right now.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
$40,000 on the line with 4 maps remaining.
That is a lot of money.
Including this one.
Mm-hmm. Broxel and Morpheus, they've been in the game for a long time too. They're caught on the edge of the circle here. They got the circle over towards them, but as you can see, they're completely pinned on the edge, and I'm not sure exactly what their plan is going to be from here. Circle does shift away from San Martin, so all these guys that are sitting out east, they have to figure if they want to make the run through the city, because you don't want to drive through. There's simply too many angles where people can sit and try to ambush you. Do you want to run through the city, or do you want to drive all the way around to then potentially get a spot on the sort of quiet side of the circle? But with only 30 seconds to go, I mean, if they haven't started running already, then it's kind of too late already.
Yep. Tricuo with a good shot onto Norkis.
I think it's Trico.
Trico?
Yeah.
Okay, Trico.
He's always reaches out to me and says, "You're saying my name wrong again."
Tricky Trico.
I think it's Trico, yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got you now, Trico.
Until next game.
Whoa, okay. Asmodeic. Yeah, so how did you...
Asmagic.
Asmagic. Asmagic. That's unfortunate for... wow. They just wiped out one of the guys that had 4 kills.
Yeah, the Gatka boys.
The Gatka boys, yes, exactly.
And that nade was also straight on the money. Really, really good toss. And there, Code Marco goes down. That's going to be Baklava out. And this is where we start seeing all these edge teams getting kind of cleared out. I mean, there's not a whole lot more you can do here, honestly. It's just the bottleneck will only be that big. And then, well, I mean, if you try to push too many teams in the same direction, they will run into each other eventually. And because everybody's trying to get, as I said before, away or around the city, then there's just no way around bouncing into opponents.
Yep. And Cobra Toxin, do you think that they could have a strong finish today, Toby?
There's a chance. I mean, we haven't really... I feel like I haven't seen enough from them to really... what do you say? To really put my hand on what I expect them to do. But I think they're one of those teams that where we might not expect it, they can come out and surprise positively. So I'm looking for them, seeing what they'll be able to pull off. Maybe not. I mean, like, they haven't shown me that they're a really solid Miramar team. So maybe on the 3 games on Erangel.
Yeah. Well, exactly. You want to have a strong score in every match. But considering we have 6 maps, if you don't have a great first half of the evening, you can come out swinging on Erangel and still be in contention depending on the other team's scores.
That's a bit of a whiff.
Yep. Milky Way struggling so far. Trico. Trico
We'll
putting
there.
one of
We'll
them on their backs.
And again, positioning on the edges here. When you're on that edge, like when you're inside trying to hold off teams, you do that as a priority over getting yourself into a better spot in the circle. But if those fights on the edge then end up taking too long, that's when you're really screwed, because then the guys, like, then everybody will have pushed around you into the circle too. So you just caught between two teams, and that's when you really get into trouble. So liking to see how both Trico and Faye, you can see how they're running around. Like, either we run in or we try to get the finish off. See, now they got the first knock, move ahead. You cannot just sit around and wait.
Yeah, that's a very good point to raise. They seem to be playing a pretty smart game at this point. They just have to be aware of racks, potentially.
Yeah, exactly. He can. I mean, they only got a knock on the first guy, so they know that there's someone else nearby. But they have to play it really smart. And also, I mean, you got to keep that blue in mind. Sure, it's only phase 4, so you can still outrun it and tank it.
This would be a monstrous shot if you landed it, Calvin. He
Level
does get
1.
94 damage off.
That's a headshot. That's a really good headshot, too.
Yep.
Too bad the first 2 bullets were missed. That could have been him getting the knockdown right there.
Hogster now, looking across this compound.
Well, app tip is Arthur.
To Arthur. Okay.
I've
App tip
learned
777 app tip.
I've learned these the hard way. It's Arthur77 Arthur, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Because the piece in like the Russian letters looks like the R they have. So,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the same coming to any sport, you know. We have funny names. We've all got to learn them. Oh, Gold B.
Nice rotation.
Rushing out, jumping out, Silas. Oh, actually ends up being on the receiving end of the damage. I wouldn't have poked my head out of that building there. He's maybe being over-aggressive. They're trying to... Hogstar looking around for the flank from Gold B. And Arthur, I think... Yeah, he's looking to chuck a nade into the top of the building. And Gold B's beating him to it.
This is a good angle from Hogstar. He might be able to get it
Very
all the way
cheeky
down.
angle.
Yeah. But too far. Yeah, he was being way too aggressive there still. It was a perfect bait from Goldby. I mean, had Arthur sat down there and landed those shots, that could have been them just taking the fight right there. But unfortunately, again, this is where it gets stalled, right? They're both just stumbling over each other. In the end, they both just want to get inside the circle. Sure, they want to get the kills on one another, but because they're both stalling it, they're just making it harder for both of them to get anything out of this.
Yep. Pagera with a good nade towards Unknown and Nobor. They will slightly get out of the reach of it. As we say that, Kivo ends up killing himself with a nade, who is part of the other Team Spirit duo on the server.
Yeah. Silas did get the finish up on towards Faye, but of course their fight is far from over. And then, ooh, here we go. The Unknowns trying to live up to what we had of expectations from them just
Cobra
before.
Toxin, you mentioned like you might be able to see some action out of them in this game 3, and that's a better start. But with say it again. Asmagek chucking a nade towards them. It's going to be tough for them to rotate out. Oh,
that's a good shot. He got spotted though.
Yep, my mistake. Good job by Unknown.
That was a really, really good spray down.
But Battle Strong is staring right towards him. Suddenly we're seeing so much action as we approach 20 minutes into the game. So many kills.
Yeah. Silas got the kill on towards Colby, but he went down to the blue immediately after. As I said before, they were stalling for way too long, both of them, and it ended up costing, well, I mean, both teams their lives.
Yeah, we've just seen 2 to 3 teams eliminated.
Yeah, back to back, yeah.
In a minute, in 30 seconds.
Way too much going on right now. Of course, we are moving out into the open, and even more so, we're crossing the road down south. And as you can see here, when Faye, I mean, he's caught behind the rock there. There's just not a lot of cover. I mean,
there's that. We have a saying in English: "Caught between a rock and a hard place."
Yeah, I've heard
in
that
this
one.
instance, just caught between a rock and a wide open expanse where people can pepper him with bullets and grenades. A looping grenade thrown by Faye there towards Desperados. He might actually be knocked before he reaches them. Nope, but he's not in a good position with the racks pushing up behind him as Desperados are rezzed. Faye's going to struggle to make it out of here alive, I think. Oh, and a nade is going to go towards him as well. Rax
I don't know
accidentally underhands that.
I think, you can't blow up the fence, but I think that's maybe what he wanted to do there. Or unless if he thought he was close, but that's a hell of a good reaction.
Yep.
But then he gets spotted. And that's the thing, especially on Miramar. I mean, when you're in duos, when you're in squads and you have X amount of players left, there's only so many spots they're going to play from. But here you have potentially 15 different spots you want to play from within a circle this big.
Yeah.
Or this small, I guess I should say. You just have to anticipate. Like, if your fight takes over, let's say, 10 bullets of a spray down and you don't get to accomplish what you wanted to, you're pretty much forced to do a 180 and make sure no one's looking at you from behind. Because there's going to be people all over, especially when you have like these sort of open endings.
Gifted Gaming PUBG. 1 kill on the board for Battlestrong and Humlick. 15 teams remain, so half the field has gone. Phase 5 ticking away. Humlick wants to get these kills, but he's practicing some trigger discipline. He's saying, Battlestrong, how should we approach this, mate?
I like this.
What should we do, buddy?
Again, as I said before, I mean, the more you can narrow the time you spend on each individual engagement, the more...
Are they queuing nades together?
As I say that, yeah, maybe they are. I mean, that wouldn't be a dumb idea at all. They know exactly where they have him.
Oh, he's really...
Come on, buddy, I'm waiting for you. He shoots, he nades.
Oh, that's smart. Do you think he shot there to draw the attention, to keep him still, then chuck the nade out?
That could have been, like, had that been on the money, that would have been an extremely smart engagement. But even so, even though they might not be landing those shots, it was a good idea. And this is what I like to see. I mean, even when it fails, because no strategy is going to work 100% of the time. So even when it fails, that was actually a really good idea. Not only because he fired the bullets, but also because those bullets hitting and them hearing the shots will make it harder for them to hear the nade coming in.
Exactly.
So, really smart idea. Unfortunately, it didn't really work out.
Oh, Fuffin's missing some shots there. Tough angle, though. They should be happy knowing that they have 4 kills, however, with 14 teams remaining. These OOF guys have had a struggle sort of placing their exact playstyle. For me, over the times I've watched them play, it seems like they're... And again, I don't want to get this completely wrong or dismiss how they play, but it seems like they're quite passive most of the time.
They are.
They don't want to do anything too quickly or too soon. And then sometimes they make quite cerebral, smart plays. And in this game, it seems like they've got 4 kills at a point they wouldn't usually. So maybe they're mixing things up. I'm not sure, Toby.
I mean, they've sat center for a little while now, and they, well, I mean, they're holding teams off. They're probably 2 of, if not the most experienced PUBG players, then like really, like they're veterans of PUBG, I guess you can say. They've been here from the
Fiffins and
start.
Ewang?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fiffins and Ewan.
Ewan, sorry.
That's your country. Like Ewan is not a British name. Ewang.
Is Ewan British?
I think so.
I feel bad.
It's a British name though, right? Ewan?
Yeah, Ewan. It's like a British name somewhere. Yeah. I'm just but it's not spelt like that.
Oh, that I don't know.
No. I think it's. I want to stick with Ewang.
We can say Ewang.
I like
sounds good.
Ewang.
Sounds good. I like Ewang. We can say Ewang.
He's got the Ewang.
In any case, they've made a lot of room. They know, as you said before, you cannot let so many teams get on top of you. It's just simply gonna make it impossible to do anything. As you can see here, Zampula completely caught off. Coyote trying to make rotation over now. Most likely vehicle explosion in a matter of seconds, or just him going down. I mean, you just cannot let so many players run around on top of your head.
Yeah, he had maybe 3-4 different squads.
Exactly.
Attention. They all wanted to grab him, and it was X-Team from 58 years old. And this is good to see them with 5 kills. They've not been able to swing the tide in their favor so far, and it seems that that's happening here in Game 3 on the final Miramar of the night for Europe.
Yeah, they are seemingly getting things going the way, but you can see with Wolfens and Ewang shooting as much as they have been. I love the name. Shooting as much as they have been. They have actually made like at least, I want to say 70-80 meter buffer zone around them, and that can be all the room they need, because then you know you're outside of nade distance from opponents, and that's really, I mean, with this meta, the biggest threat. Now they're starting to pick even more people off, and the thing is, they're playing an open position, and they constantly have to keep the wits about them and doing that. You can see every time they shoot, they turn around and look above. Is anyone trying to third party here? But they're doing everything textbook right now.
6 kills. 6 kills.
That is a good, impressive feat right there.
Yep, and Pashkez from Courage also trying to show what he's made of. Ewang now, again picking someone off from a distance. It's Bram of Kurz. He only lands about 40% HP. But again, enforcing that buffer around them, Toby.
Yeah. I'm wondering, what is more street, Ewang or UNG?
UNG or Ewang? Probably UNG, right?
Like, if you really put emphasis on the G.
UNG.
UNG.
I'm UNG, baby. Or you just got someone say, yo, I'm the Ewang.
I'm the Ewang. That will mean whatever floats your boat, I guess.
Larza finding 7 Esports Krabic, the first place finisher of game number 2. He's going to try and back off to get healed. Oh, that's going to be him down off that nade. Not going to have time to res him.
Calvin and Saucero, they're still alive too. They've been lurking around on the eastern side for a while, holding people off. 2 kills so far, but I believe both those kills, or at least one of them, came from Talk early on, right? So haven't really been kill active.
Is Battlestrong just snaking there, right in front of him?
No, he's on the other side.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't see exactly.
He
He
is.
Yeah, I can see on the minimap, yeah.
It's just the names that fool you.
Yep. I do like the way Calvin and Talzera play in the duo format.
Yeah.
They play like a very structured sort of, like, it's not as passive as like the OOF guys, but they play, they're not afraid of the engagements, but at the same time, they're trying to minimize having loose, pointless engagements.
Exactly.
It feels like that.
You got to prioritize your fights. I mean, as I said so many times before, it's easier to do in squads than duos, but oftentimes, especially late game, a good disengage can be a lot better than an engagement. I mean, if you really know how to run back and get into a better spot and kind of backtrack, get you a better, like more center circle position, that is extremely hard to do. And well, I mean, only few succeed in doing so. But you know, I mean, you talked to both Calvin and Talzera before, very smart guys and very talented players. And they play. I mean, they've played together for a long time. And you can see right here, they're holding off all the angles because they are on the edge and they want to make sure that whenever they do push into the next circle, they have no one coming from behind.
Yeah, they're not getting third-partied or flanked.
They don't want to get backstabbed here.
Looking at our final 8 teams, this is definitely going to be good news for K23.
Mm-hmm.
Good for Desperados. And yeah, we have got Buster from 7 still in there.
Yeah.
So we're going to see some people with decently strong positions in our leaderboard so far improve. And then I think the guys, is it Brave, Bashkez, and Hype? Some much needed points for them. Battle strong as well.
I mean, already getting to this point, might not have had a lot of kills, but 8th place in placement points is a pretty good feat.
Indeed.
So yeah,
we have a good mix of teams remaining in this top 8 for game number 3.
Very talented bunch too. I mean, there's so many names that has been in the scene for a very long time. Momino being one of them, as well as CAS player.
Yeah. Could Buster jump on top of the blue
no, he can't
crate and then jump over the...
Not yet. He will be able
he
to.
will be able to with the patch, right?
Yeah, they'll have like the whole leaping thing. So
I think that looks awesome. I can't wait to see that being implemented.
Same.
I think that's going to make such a big difference.
Did he actually... I think what he wanted to do there, because he must know, I mean, he knows you can't throw the nade through the fence. So I think what he wanted to do is like cook it enough so that it exploded by the time it hit the fence. I like the idea, but he almost naded himself, so that's maybe a little scary.
I was wondering if there was maybe like a box behind the blue crate that he could jump on in the blue, jump on that, and then jump on the roof and just flank around.
8 kills. Look at this hold off from Ewan and Furfence. I mean, one thing is that they have the 8 kills, but the fact that they're still both alive, I mean, that's 4 full engagements that they've had where they've made it through.
And they've got very good angles right now as well.
Yeah, exactly. Extremely impressive play. They have so much info from where they sit in. Because they cleared the entire west side before they pushed up to the wall, so they know exactly what they have behind them too. At least they should.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a battle between OOF and K23 potentially, depending on how the teams rotate and who's getting picked off first or being third party.
Yeah.
OOF are in a very strong position and will maybe even be able to see them crack the 10 kill mark.
The thing is, right now, the center circle is going to pop in just about 15 seconds, and it's going to go dead center. So it's going to shift all these teams that are close to the power grid right now further west, which means that for right now, you and Furfence, they don't want to overextend. You don't want to go behind that wall, because you know, Talzera, within the next 15 seconds, he will have to leave it. So why expose yourself, potentially getting knocked and not with a chance to get rest back up again, when you can just sit here and like just hold it? And that's what I'm saying. Smart guys, experienced players, they will know to hold these ones off instead of saying, "Oh, there's a kill over there. Let's go see if we can get it." Right? So they play like they keep their wits about them. I like to see it.
Yeah, battle strong, almost being tickled by a nade. And Talzera is going to be taken by the blue.
Huh. Didn't want to risk giving away any points there. Furfence once again AK in hand, but Apocalypse comes up to take him down.
Just go for the res. Oh no, he's going to push. He's going to go straight towards Apocalypse and Larza and get both of the kills. Ewang, thank you for the 10, sir, and the res. Tell you what, that's why you're a pro and I'm not, mate. I said, just go for the res, play it safe, just pick him up.
That's what they want you to do. That's what they think you will be doing. And sometimes, I mean, sometimes you got to do the play that no one's expecting.
No, I love that.
You saw him, he sat in the open and healed. He was not at all anticipating that push there. Really smart play.
See, I thought he was going to get pushed 2 versus 1, in which case...
Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay, K23 absolutely exploding onto the scene. And that's them just finishing things out.
Just took it off.
7 kills. First place. Congratulations.
Holy cow, that was a quick ending all of a sudden. That's what we talked about before, right? You have all these teams sitting on top of each other. Nobody wants to do anything, but as soon as that first bullet is fired, everyone stands up and thinks, oh, this is my chance to get a third party, and then they get spotted, and then it just goes to chaos.
It's funny because we did say that we thought the 2 strongest teams in the final top 5 or 6 or 8 in terms of positioning were K23 and Oof.
Yeah.
And that is kind of how those fights played out, but it was Battle Strong that third-partied and kind of messed things up a bit for Oof, if I'm not mistaken, and K23 just suddenly capitalized. 5 kills, or 4 kills. That's the way you capitalize on momentum, picking the right time.
For sure. I mean, they had the proper position. They were fortunate not really to have to engage that the whole fight outside of power grid, and they knew that. There was no reason for them to run up, because think about the extra placement points they got off of staying alive, right? Sure, you could risk getting 1 or 2 more kills by being aggressive early on, but instead they go away with 20 placement points. So that's all good and fun for them.
Exactly. And Oof are going to be very happy with that. I'm excited to see how our overall leaderboard shapes up now.
Yeah, that should change things a little bit. Also impressive play by Desperado in making it as fast as they did. But honestly, to me, I mean, the standout team here was Oof, because they were Cinder really early. You can see the position right now. They're out in the open. All they have to work with are these hills.
Look at that,
and the way
jiggle
they peek
peeking.
Exactly. Using the terrain to your advantage time and time and time again. The fact, I mean, they got 10, 11? I think they got 10 kills this game, right? Yeah. That's at least 5 individual fights they've been in. And they didn't lose a single player until the very last moment there. Very impressive. Yeah,
that was a great match. It played out very differently to our other 2 Miramar matches of the day. And everybody, that's going to be it for Miramar. We now just we're halfway through the European Grand Final. Yeah. We have 3 Erangel games to go. And yeah, like I said before, I just want to see the overall leaderboard. I think we'll probably be able to catch it after the break.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, and talking about breaks, our break is ready. Toby, are you sticking around, or is Rene going to come back? I don't even know.
We're 3 guys without a schedule.
We'll save it for a little surprise when we come back from our short 5-minute break. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to GLL Wingman Series 7 Grand Finals, coming to you live from Stockholm, Sweden. My name is Parla.
I'm Toby.
He's Toby. And together we are going to be moving into the second half of this Grand Final for Europe, starting with our first map on Erangel. We've seen 3 on Miramar. We've got 3 to go on Erangel. Let's get up the leaderboard so we can see exactly what transpired in Game 3 and then our overall leaderboard so far. It was K23 that had that explosive finish, took advantage of Oof being third-partied, getting the 20 placement points for first place, and with a healthy 7 kills. Oof finished in second, 58 years old in third, looking for team in fourth, Desperados in fifth.
I mean, you got to give it to, right? I mean, they sit 1 point behind K23 overall, despite getting third place, and they were just ahead of everyone. Look at the kills. I mean, they were sitting at 10. You had K23 at 7. Everyone else was at 4. Okay, so 5 or below. That's insanely good. I mean, I think it was Erangel or Ewang. He got 8 of those kills by himself as well. That's very impressive.
Yeah, they did really, really well. And let's see where that puts us in our overall leaderboard. Ooh. It's K23 now leading the charge. 7 esports in second place.
That's
and looking for team in third.
And you talked about that you hadn't seen enough from Oof yet. If this is correct, then they had 2 kills in the first 2 games and 3 points in total. So that's for sure a huge step up for them. And well, I mean, they'll need to keep it going because they're not in first yet, and I think that's what they're striving for.
Indeed, and if you consider that first place gets you 20 points, it's relatively close between first through to 8th.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's still close, for sure.
Yeah, so anyone's game to be had.
Yeah.
Let's jump in to our first game on Erangel of the evening, game number 4, and see exactly what is going on. Toby.
How many teams go Pachinki this game? Only 2? It's always interesting when you see the plane go over Pachinki in a first game where no one really knows what the other guy's going to be doing.
Yeah.
Because then everyone's like, oh no, there's going to be 1 billion people there, we shouldn't go there. And then because everyone thinks that, then nobody ends up going there. Then these places that are smaller and technically less suited for having multiple teams, they get completely overcrowded and it becomes super chaotic. But here it actually it was just Elgiganten, or what was their name again? The Beauty and the Beast?
Beauty and the Beast is 7.
And 7. And 7 they loot. Or at least they used to loot, I guess, when Sokdenam isn't in the group. At least they're very familiar with looting Pachinki as a squad. So again, makes sense that you go back to what you used to and loot the areas of the map that you've been to many times before.
No doubt.
Wow.
We can see our circle is going potentially as far east as possible.
Something like it, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we've got a tiny bit of military in there. We've got Milta.
We've got 4 teams in North George, too.
Yeah, we do.
That's interesting. And then we have 1 billion teams between Pachinki and apartments and school. I don't know why they settled for that. I guess it's one against those. It's a center position. It's easy to rotate. But, I mean, if everyone's there, then it kind of
It makes it harder, right?
makes it a little harder than what you want it to
trickier.
be. Exactly. Yeah. Desperados, they're looting where they would normally go to, down west of Farm. And, yeah, I mean, everything is pretty calm right now. But again, I mean, we look at this area between Pachinki and school, and it's a little more condensed than what you probably would want it to be. These are probably the teams that wanted to go Pachinki, but saw other teams go there, and they turned it around, and this was kind of the only other option they had to go for.
Yep. We're looking right now as the Cruneo from Maki Mleko is in a building opposite Unknown from Viper Toxin.
But he's also a Raven. That's a lot of
Yeah.
information in one name.
I'm not sure if he's Raven's Unknown or just Unknown,
Oh,
but
maybe that's the case. He has a Raven, but it's like nobody knows.
nobody
has
knows.
it.
But
Yeah.
now they do because it's in his name.
It's like one of those you've never seen me and Batman in the same room before.
Yep, and Batman also doesn't exist, Toby, so you're not Batman. Let's just get that out there right away.
I was trying to make a point. Okay.
I know, but it's
like
not
he's
the
bragging
same.
to all his friends that he has a Raven, but nobody's ever seen it because it's unknown, you know?
Okay, all right. I'll give you that one. I'm looking forward to hopefully catching some Hulk Jesus.
Oh, yeah, no,
Popping
we
through.
can't do that here, though. It's
He's
a
only on Miramar.
exclusive.
It's a Miramar exclusive.
Wait, so we just casted a whole game of Miramar?
And we didn't see Hulk
We
Jesus
came
once.
up with, not showing the Jesus thing, but the Hulk Jesus, and we didn't even get it once.
I'm upset.
There's some making up to do once we go to the NA games, I'm telling you.
Maybe we can find a new savior for us on Erangel.
Can we cast a full game of only looking at the Jesus picture and then the kill feed?
Yeah, for sure.
That could be interesting. Golby, he's gonna find himself a free journey to the lobby. That's
An
unfortunate.
Early grave
Yeah.
for him.
It's not the start you want to get, but of course, east side is an area of the map where compounds aren't that easy to come by. Again, I mean, sure, this early on there's plenty of room available, but 2 minutes from now, should that next circle go even further east, that's when we already then are gonna see people start fighting, because everything that's not either prison, the hills south of it, or some of those compounds, I mean, it's just gonna be open fields, and there's really nothing else to play around.
Yep.
Are you excited for the new Erangel? Speaking of,
Yeah, well, I mean, I saw the update video about it. It
Did
looks
you get to
great.
play it?
The graphical change. No, I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but the graphical change look good.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that they're doing an update on it. It's always great to get up. It's one of the key components of a competitive game, right? Is that you have updates roll out steadily over time, and we see small changes in metas, and we see new opportunities for players to enjoy old favorites.
Wow. That was a slaughter.
Tornado Energy getting off to an early start thanks to XMPL.
That was a pretty damn good spray down.
Yeah.
That's not a whole lot more to it. 5 bullets fired, 5 bullets hit, and that's going to be a finish off.
Accurate. Making the bullets count.
Yes, sir.
Do you think Wasabi is going to have some issues when they want to cross the bridge if Alya and Tok are in the position that they currently are? Or are they going to head over to Nova and take a boat?
They could go Nova. I mean, they should know at this point that they're the furthest eastern team, at least off of how they landed. So that shouldn't be a big issue. But, of course, it's never guaranteed that people won't be sitting on the other side waiting. Because you got to keep in mind, I mean, sometimes having room for 16 teams and squads can be hard enough in some of these circles early on. But here, I mean, just because it's duos doesn't mean that you can fit 2 teams into one compound, right? So there's going to be a requirement of 30 kind of spots available for teams to sit in order to us not having fights going on, right? And that's, I mean, already in this circle a pretty tough task. And then wait until the next one pops. It's just going to make it even harder. So they need to start rotating. Well, I mean, now you can see they are running around in Novo down there. They need to get a boat. They need to get over on the other side and find somewhere because, well, I mean, if that circle centers up, you can see already there's so many teams around here. There's not a whole lot available.
Yep. Jumping on board with Kravik from 7 Esports. Oh, wow! Great job there by the guys from 7 Esports, deleting Team Spirit in full and just cruising away afterwards. Not a second thought spared for the dead.
At least they went down together.
Yeah, I guess.
They can keep their team spirit alive.
Whilst being dead. Yeah. Cool. Good for them.
Yeah. They'll have fun in the lobby, and then we'll welcome them with warm hearts when
with
when
open
the next
arms.
game starts. And open arms too, yeah. Once the next game starts. Tog and Aliyah, they had a chance to go down and take some shots towards Wasabi and his teammate, but opted not to. And well, I mean, that means that they can now make a run up. The only thing is that by running, I mean literally running. They don't have a vehicle. So hopefully for them, there's going to be a vehicle down by that compound just north of them. Because if the circle goes north and they don't have one, that's quite a jog. Where would you play from? Like, if you were playing in here, in duos, and you could select any spot, you got, like, to pick and choose the first spot you wanted, where would you go?
Military.
But I'm talking this circle is outside.
Oh, what, in this circle?
I was like, that's a bad idea.
I thought you meant at the start of the game.
No, in this circle.
Okay, let me wait for an overview again, and I'll pick out a spot for you.
There you go. Where would you go right
okay.
now? Like, you wouldn't know where anyone else was.
If I didn't know where anyone else was...
What's your favorite compound in this whole area, if you have one?
Either Prison or Milta.
Mm-hmm. Milta's, yeah. Prison's good. Like
just with where the circle is, like, relatively central.
Yeah. So you'd like to play from the center? Is that what you say?
I would in this situation, considering how much water there is.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call.
Yeah. That seems like kind of a safer bet. I know the strategy when you've got a lot of water involved and how you can play the edges of the circle and what the best practice is can be mixed, but for me it seems that would be a decent decision, like Milta or Prison.
Good call. Good call. I was just curious to
what
see
about you?
Depends on how early I made it in. Like, if I could pick and choose a compound in the northern side of the prison, I probably would. But then again, if the circle goes away from there, then it can be really hard to leave if other teams they're sitting around and holding. So maybe prison or like the hills just on the southern side of prison. That could be. That makes sense.
58 years old, 2 kills, thanks to X team.
You think that's their combined age?
Might be actually, right?
But that's pretty old.
Maybe one of them is 48 and then the other one is 10. It's your son.
Also, maybe the circle and Lipovka, and he just did. And, well, I mean, the Dream Duo, they're in for a run here. They are inside the circle already, sure, but they have a lot more of a run ahead of them. Lhasa, he lost his teammate, but he's going to be within nade distance soon. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any. Ooh, he's going to spot out Rax, though. That's good shots landed. I like the way he plays here. Never stay like in the same spot, trying to run around and get a better angle on him.
Yeah, he's flying from flank to flank, and that's definitely going to throw Rax off. And in fact, Rax is looking towards his teammate.
And Simi didn't spot him. Wow.
A good job by Rax there to reevaluate, knowing that he's not come over the horizon and to look.
He anticipated it too. He anticipated the push around the side. Really smart play. Wasabi, they found a vehicle, but they also found opponents, fortunately. Him and Earl, well, at least for now, get to stay alive. They are in the middle of the open, and you got Team Spirit people rolling up behind them.
There's a lot of water in that circle.
Yeah, and there's really not a whole lot of compounds available either.
Yep.
That's kind of, and you can see, I mean, there's still so many teams on the southwestern side, and they can pretty much all only settle for hills, like the hills on the southern side of prison. The lumber mill, as I like to call it. That's kind of what they'll have to settle for, because there's really not, like, there's nothing else available. How did he just...
Earl must have jumped out of the vehicle too soon. Now he's been knocked because of it.
They were not in the same car. How they... What? Huh. It's just one of those things where we just move on.
A lot of action kicking off now. Whoa, faultlessly finishing off the guys, the Gatka boys, Ball and Diggory.
I think that's the second game in a row now they get taken out in a vehicle explosion, if I'm not wrong. That's unfortunate. No, the other game was like where they got 4 kills and then they got naded. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Unfortunate though. They have maybe they just go aggressive a bit too early, and that I mean it's always good to get those 4 kills, sure, but if you can stay alive for a little while longer and then get placement points with it too, then that would probably be more worth it in the long run.
Looking at Sakura and Sampula from YMCA, looks like they're trying to rotate to the tip of Mill to Power that's in the circle.
Yeah.
If that circle gets smaller away from them, it could be quite difficult for them to rotate afterwards because it's pretty much narrowing their avenues of rotation.
Yeah, it would make it tough indeed. I mean, they have spent a lot of time rotating where they are right now. You can see they're stopping and scouting too. So odds are that if the circle goes like really horrible for them, they can make their way around the side. Roxel now, holy, that's a good headshot connected. And
Great
a double
kill.
Good double peek there as well. Didn't just fully commit on the spray down. Went back, trying to reposition himself and then peeked again afterwards. Really good spray down.
Yeah, he was decisive there and gets a double kill for his efforts.
I like to see also that
aggressive poleaxe, Toby.
Yeah,
living up to their name.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I like to see that it didn't just fully like when people tend to sometimes go a little like get stressed in those situations and just kind of spray because all of a sudden there are multiple targets and you don't know which of them to shoot at and whatnot. But he got the first knock, boom, behind the wall, peek again, get the second, boom, finish off. Great play. Dolphins and Ewang though, such a good game in the previous one, but now they're not exactly in the best spot anymore.
Marco wants to finish off the kill onto Fuffins.
Is he trying to bait the rest here? I think you know where Fuffins is knocked. He just doesn't want to finish him off yet.
Okay, he wants to bait out Ewang.
Yeah, exactly.
And is Ewang going to take the bait, Toby? He's sniffing.
He's
Ooh, that smells
There's
tasty.
another team coming in, though. Ravens and his teammate. They're pushing in from the side. Look at this. They've seen Rex. There's 3 teams here on the side of the circle. They're just waiting. They're like, what is this guy looking at?
A lot of trigger discipline there.
They're going to be so confused now because they must think that this is Fuffin. Like, they must think that this is Ewan, right? Or Ewang. And now when they realize it's not, it's like, wait, there are multiple teams here? And in the meantime, Ewang just gets to drive away. Like, thank you, goodbye.
Save yourself, says Fuffins, and Ewangs gets out of there.
Yeah.
Nobor finishing off the kill onto Rax.
They were completely caught by surprise, but that's what I said before. You can never overcommit to these fights. If you tunnel vision too hard, oh, he does go down. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But if you do like tunnel vision too hard on it, that's gonna get you killed. Wait, so Fuffins had a chance to drive away, but he turned around to get the res, and then he got killed. That's unfortunate.
Yep. Sakura and Sampula now trying to overtake Wasabi and Earl, which will put them closer to the circle. So they've moved out of that danger zone that I thought that they might hang out in for a while. Probably best for them.
Yeah, but the only real way they can drive right now is into
the fray.
Lipavka, and there's a lot of people there already, and they all have to leave too. So that's going to be a tricky situation to play in. Oh, that's a good angle there.
Yep, XMPL got off to a good start with that double. He's looking to create some nasty angles here.
See them driving through the city. They're being shot at by multiple teams.
Yeah, they're just completely repositioning. They're cutting the map, the circle in half, I should say.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta
wing it.
Yep. You just
hope for the best.
Just gotta go back to the drawing board and figure out something new.
Cobra Toxin now out thanks to Kurz.
Ooh, Sampula still somehow alive. Sakura has been taken down. Of course, not what you want to have happen. But again, they were rotating into complete blindness. They had no idea what was around them, and they kind of just sent it forward.
Yeah, this is important. After this, you've only got 2 maps remaining in this grand final. So if you're in the top 10, you're pretty comfortable if you get some points. But if you're below that, you really need a strong finish on this 4th map of the evening.
It's always tricky when it's only 6 games. I mean, looking at a lot of other games, it's like 6 games, that's a lot. But in PUBG, it really isn't. I mean, there are so many different things that can go against you, and especially in duos. So only having 6 games, you're really, I mean, if you want to win, like if you want to get first place, you've got to get like a solid amount of points pretty much every single game.
Yeah.
Circle went inland again. We can see just the edge of the circle on our screens going through Mansion down on the minimap. But you can also see how many teams are in here. Same thing with the Puffcuff. Fortunately, it is starting to quiet down a bit. Roxel is still in there, though. 3 kills already. He's not done fighting just yet.
Yep, 20 teams now, Toby, 16 minutes in. Bruxel in a fierce fight with iFi. Almost takes him out, but it's iFi that comes out on top with just a sliver of HP.
That was close.
He'll back off to lick his wounds as Melman now takes out the entirety of Nomad Warriors squad. Wobik and Roflat back to the lobby for you.
Yeah, these two guys, they are an extremely talented duo. I mean, when you put them in a squad together, they're equally scary, but as a duo, they do.
OpJ.
Too. Oh, that's a little bit of a chest shot. Gonna get one more. I don't think he has any clue where he's getting shot from. Nope.
Oh.
Bram is the one to get the finish.
Good play by Bram and OpJ to have angles surrounding that whole tree.
Also knowing which tree it was, because this would this would be a situation where you call, oh, he's behind the tree. And you're like, dude, we're in a forest. Can you be more specific?
Which tree? Has branches. Yeah. Has branches.
The one next to the other tree. But good call. Reacted quickly. And
ooh.
Could you imagine that one bouncing down straight on his feet?
Yeah.
That would have been interesting. But OP and Bram, just like we saw with Fuffins and Ewan last game, they really need to hold these people off because they're on the edge right now. And honestly, they know already that their run for a good position in the next circle is dead, so they need to just get as many points as they can here.
Desperados are going to be eliminated in 17th position.
Yeah, that's a
matched as an X team of Majka, E. Mileko, and 58 years old, respectively. Laying fire down onto them.
Courage. Uh-oh.
Oof.
That's a way to take a fight. Faye goes down, but did knock Misa in it. I don't think he's gonna get the kill though. This circle is rough. I mean, there's compounds on the northern side, and everybody can say, "Oh, but why not just taking those?" How in the universe are you gonna get there?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, if you're a team sitting in the south right now, you're saying, "Oh well, everything is taking this circle, right?"
I mean, if you cut that circle in half, all of our teams except for 7 Esports are below the center. So pretty much everybody is towards the south. 7 Esports in a good position close to those compounds. They're maybe the only teams that can really benefit from them.
Yeah.
Unless Ghost Star and can't remember how to say it. A Knight can rotate to the compound just slightly north of them.
Yeah, it's extremely hard to play around this area of the map, especially if you don't, I mean, if you're caught on the edges like we see right here, and you don't have vehicles available, that's the biggest part of it. Everyone's been fighting for so long now that those vehicles, they're long forgotten. The only ones that really have cars are the ones that still have compounds, and, well, I mean, there's no reason for them to go anywhere, so for everyone else, have fun running around in the open. And also these roads, they become Deathman's areas for you, because that's just areas with no cover at all.
Yup. A lull in the combat as we've suddenly got just 12 teams remaining. XMPL, though, still not afraid to take those engagements. It's in a bit of a tricky spot.
Yeah, they need to, I mean, it's again the same way that we saw last game. They need to do everything they can to clear their back. Because the less they have to worry about snakes potentially coming in from behind them. Because the only play they can make right now is run up towards the forest area that we saw before. You can see example he's holding the angle here, right? They just need to make sure that whenever they do start running in 20 seconds, that there's no one behind them. Because then they can focus forward and inward to the circle.
Yeah.
And then they can react on where that next circle goes. Which you have to. Because once they hit the next circle, once they're in there, they don't want to sit and look into the blue all the time. Because then they won't know where to go once the circle again starts closing forward. So smart that they focus south right now to then make sure to be able to focus inward once that next circle pops.
Yeah, so many little details like that can just create circumstances that these players have to adjust to on the fly.
For sure.
With how the circle... Oh, King Earl's actually just been taken out by the blue. Is Wasabi going to head back?
There's no way he can risk it.
No, he can't. It's too low.
Not going to happen. They took too long time on that rotation, unfortunately. Earl is going to go down. Well, I guess fortunately he didn't give any points, but Wasabi gets spotted. That's a sneaky angle from up high. He hurt the vehicle, of course, so he knew kind of where it was, but that is unfortunate.
Really good shots there through the branches of the trees over a hill.
Good for Millman example, too, because they didn't know they were sitting right above them. So him shooting, that was pretty good. Pretty crucial info coming in.
Yeah.
See, now the nades come in. That's the primary weapon for PUBG these days. Then you swap over to your gun when you don't have any nades left.
Wants to finish off that kill. I like the fact there that Magsters fired off some shots and then looked around.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to see this? Is anyone going to react? And when, after a second, nothing popped, he went back and finished it off.
And that's what I talk about with the whole flanking thing. Like, he was shooting away to get sort of some attention drawn towards him. And then, well, I mean, it worked out perfectly.
And now Kissick from Better Luck next time. He doesn't want to fire off a shot before he knows he can do a significant bit of damage, at least at the very least, if not get the knock. And now he's seen the teammate as well of Magsters, Crunio, and that's the opportunity for him to strike, and he's trying to finish it off, and he does. Good work by Faultlessly and Kissick there. And they know where Magsters is as well due to the information gained from beforehand with that trigger discipline.
Really, really smart decision-making and not taking the engagement immediately. I mean, they knew they were fighting someone else, but they wanted to get kind of the bigger picture before they started shooting. Really smart decisions. Ooh, hit once. Ooh, good shots in return from Meister.
Yeah, he's not going down without a fight, Toby. He's looking for Kissick. Oh, no. He was looking for Kissick, but Kissick spotted him between the trees, fired off some shots, and took him down. He'll go back for the res now as a nade chases him and Faultlessly from XMPL.
Example just got saved there, big time.
As an example.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it's an example, not XMPL. Come on, Parla.
You can spell it. Here is CODMARCO. Yeah, we can do that.
CODMARCO.
That's his name.
Example, I like that.
Yeah.
Quick Math still in the mix. I wonder if they've had a kill yet.
Normally they don't.
They've been playing very steadily this first. Yeah,
well, they do have one
kills.
killer. I was going to say they killed the guy that came charging in on the vehicle, right?
Oh,
Faye.
yeah, they did.
Yeah. No helmets on either of them, though. Goes to show that they've been in for a rough run so far.
And they still have a vehicle now, but do they...
That's
oh,
one down.
They actually get picked off by Ghost Star from
is...
Clash Karja. And Tricuo is just waiting in the bush for K23, waiting as the third party.
This is really, really tough rotations coming in from them, unfortunately. 2-0, though. Still
no, not
alive.
K23, sorry.
There we go. Code Marco. He finds XMPL. And that's going to be them down and out. Now we've done both. That means that we can cast it however we want to.
Yeah. Baklava, watching Code Marco still raring to go. Made it into the top 10, so they're getting some healthy points for placement. Now it's time to pick up those kills.
Yeah, for him, I mean, as I said before, as many kills as you can get here is what you want, because they've been shooting so much in this forest. And unless if it's a really, really hard shift south, or like where it actually connects south, then you will have to cross this road, and I don't see that happening for him. So get whatever you can with it, hope that you can stay alive, and maybe grind a placement or two off of it too. Because everyone else pretty much right now are in good positions, and that's actually going to be 2-0 down. So that's at least one placement earned and a few points with it.
Yep, this is great for Seven to have 4 kills and to be in the top 10. They were in second or third overall after our Miramar games. Yeah. So that's very good for them. It's basically, in terms of the top spots, a battle between them and K23, I think.
Yeah, sitting pretty well in it right now. And the fact that both these teams make it to late game, that is extremely impressive for me.
Yeah.
Because it's a hard feat. I mean, it's really tricky to make it this far in duo games. There's so many fights. I mean, so many things that can go on. Look at the angles they're taking. Yeah,
Validate.
They find Trico.
Eliminated. Yeah, Trico there. Validate. Getting eliminated.
That is unfortunate. New circle. Where are we headed? Will Code and Voxy have to push across? Well, maybe. They have a tree or two to hide behind, but I think Mumino and Hobbits, they'll be nading those trees before they get anywhere. Norky, what can you do here? Voxy is not inside the circle at that check. I don't think there's an exit plan there.
Clash Karja just waiting it out on the edge of the blue.
Yeah.
Firing off some shots towards Marco and Woxy.
Not a whole lot more you can do there, honestly. Just, I mean, everyone's playing it so passive right now. Powerful, or Ghost Star and Norky, they have to, well, have to make a push somewhere. You can see Norky is in the vehicle now. He's going to get shot at as soon as he gets in it. Means he's probably going to opt to do something else. But look at the circle they have. I mean, where do you go if not with vehicles? It's so open. And players like Krabic and all these guys sitting with the high ground, they can just, I mean, tab at them all day long.
Yeah, Seven and K23 have pretty decent position, but Norkis saying, I'm not afraid. He's jumping out of that smoke to
That's important.
attack towards Seven.
That's important damage too, because it forces him down to heal back up. So I mean, every single headshot, every single damage they can land towards the opponents could be the difference maker here, honestly.
This is where the smoke grenades come out, Toby. 5 teams remaining,
Only one
open
left,
final
though.
circle.
Yeah, this is gonna be real difficult. Really, really difficult, because they have no car. I mean, they had cars, but they can't really drive them in fear of getting blown up. Marco goes down. One crossed the road. Boxy is there as well. And Flawless is still alive. Down south. Somehow. See, Mumino is looking for him. There's supposed to be more players over there.
Well, whilst Mamino is on lookout, Hobbit gets a good knock onto Krabbit, but Norkis steals it away from him.
Ooh, faultlessly spots out Marco. That's going to be him. Well, at least Noct most likely will go down as well.
It's going to be a good nade straight into the smoke, but as he throws the nade, Mamino from K23 on lookout duty.
Norge gets him too. That is, I mean, powerful. They're just all over the place.
Yeah, Clash Karja really finishing off this.
Oh, that's the name here. Sorry.
Yes,
Clash
Karja.
Clash Karja.
Yeah, they're finishing off this first outing on Erangel strongly, and that's much needed for them. That's what they need to do to work their way up the leaderboard.
That's a good performance coming out of these two guys.
But K23, even just with 2 kills, being in the top 3, this is going to push them even further up.
Yeah,
So like really strongly place them
For sure.
on the overall leaderboard. I would imagine that they still hold on to first place.
I mean, third place is 14 points, right? So
Yeah.
that's a pretty, 13 points make that. It's pretty damn good performance overall. And 3 teams remaining now. Well, it's going to come down to who gets to land those shots, the perfect headshots towards the opponents. Because I think at this point, honestly, everyone knows, if not exactly, then close to it where their opponents are.
Yes.
Like they've done the math and say, okay, we're 2 guys alive, 3 opponents, 2 guys over there, 1 there, boom, there you go. We got all the positions down.
Now it's just 2 teams remaining. It's Clash Karja looking to work their way up against current number 1s on our overall leaderboard, K23. They are on opposite sides of the battlefield. Wide open expanse in front of them. Just some trees and some elevation separating them.
This is going to be extremely difficult to play around, let alone the fact that this next circle, if it does come down to it, will go dead center. And you can see the center right now, it's way open.
Indeed. How many smoke? We've got no smokes on Norkis.
They ran all the way here, you know? From
Yeah.
from out east, they had to run all the way here. Hobbits and Mumino, though, they had the compound for a little while. I'm not sure exactly if they used all their smoke.
No, I just saw a smoke on Mamino.
Yeah, one was...
No, on Hobbit, sorry.
Oh, yeah, he has a smoke in hand.
He's switching to
he
it.
has some available. I like this push, though. Nice
And
push
6
up from
smokes
Norgi.
on Hobbit.
Yeah.
6 smokes on Hobbit.
And he's not using any of them.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I guess they're looking to fire, then put the smokes down and reposition around them. You're going to have to avoid that grenade, though, buddy. Oh, does so much damage.
Yeah.
He's going to fire a nade back. I think that's the right plan.
That could be deadly
It's
if
a
it
good
goes
bounce.
far enough. Oh, nice run off from Norge. I think he heard the nade hit the ground. Or maybe Osta saw it.
Potentially saw it.
Good call to take the other side of the rock there. You need to use these smokes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now too. You can make so many good baits with smokes. First of all, if you throw a smoke outside, they'll throw those nades inside the smokes, expecting them to be there. You can fall. You see all the Molotovs being used there as well. If you can force them to use their utility before you get close range, it's going to make those fights a little easier. But again, they have the circle center. They just have to sit and wait now. Look at Ghostar's position, off angle here.
Yeah, big off angle, just snaking, waiting as they press further forwards. Each team being slightly tentative in the last 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, I mean, Norkis and Ghostar, they just have to wait. They cannot go aggro here. They know they have the better spot in the circle. All they have to do is wait.
It's a cheeky nade just thrown into the center.
No damage done, though.
Mamino taking the opportunity to heal as Hobbit pushes up around the smoke. Is Norkis going to spot him out before he gets a chance? Yes, he does. But then he backs off. It's piece for piece, shot for shot.
This is a very slow game, and you can see how much it means to both of them. Mumino gets taken down. Just one more player to go.
If Hobbit can pull off this 2 versus 1, it would be absolutely crazy. And Ghostar's off angle has paid off in dividends, paid off in spades.
He gets spotted, though. Oh, the taps come in, but not enough damage applied. That's a good finish off.
It's a big finish for the Clash Carja, Toby.
Yeah.
They really needed that, and with 6 kills, that's going to be 32 points.
Yeah. Quick math.
Quick math. Who
Very
unfortunately
good performance.
didn't have a great game themselves.
Gotta give it to Moomin.
Oh no, they actually Quick Math came in 7th.
Yeah.
I
They
am
had
mistaken.
that rough rotation through the
Yeah,
middle.
they had the rough
exactly.
rotation.
I mean, they made the most of it anyway, right? But for Mumino and for Hobbies, I mean, honestly, the fact that they're already sitting up in the top and then to be able to continuously get these performances, because you saw, sure, they had that compound on the northern side of the forest for a while, and that's all good fun. But even when the circle shifted away, they knew they had to go out and go aggressive and take some positions. So, I mean, it paid off for them.
Yeah. Krabic, that was a great double by him. Bruxel, this was also really good. Confident play.
That's their first kills too, right?
Yeah, pushing around the corner. That was where they really start to get a stake in this game, and they end up finishing out on top.
For sure, and that's what I think with a lot of these teams, if not all of them. I mean, it's down to the raw aim, of course, for the most part, but there is such a high average level in this group that honestly I think any team, any duo in this can go out and get these crazy wins. So it's not at all over yet, even though there's still only 2 games to go.
Yeah, we are now 2/3 of the way through our European Grand Final. Just 2 more outings on Erangel before we can crown our GLL Wingman Series 7 European champion, and they'll walk away with the lion's share of $40,000.
That's a lot of money.
Indeed.
We should have been playing.
Either way, Toby, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to go and take a little break now. You're going to be joined by Rene for these final 2 matches, and then I'll see you and Rene for when we come back with NA.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere. 2 more matches on Erangel will decide the fate of our 32 teams here competing for the right to call themselves the champions of GLL Wingman Series 7. We will be back very, very shortly.
Ah, you thought we're done yet? Nope, not at all. Another 2 coming up. You know, sometimes people are like, all right, that was enough tension. Now it's time to go to bed. Not at all.
Tension isn't here. Enough tension.
Enough tension. Enough tension. This is obviously Toby, and I'm GRunner. And now I actually bumped so often on the desk now that all screens are out.
I was going to say, I cannot see anything anymore. Did you actually just break the screens?
I will not touch it. I will say this all day long. Don't touch it anymore. We're off to map 4, round 4, game 4.
You can sit like this then.
But you want to see this? 4, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. Let's head over to scoreboard so we know where we're at before heading in our last 2 games of the Wingman final for Europe.
Yeah, this was a crazy, crazy ending in the open. Smokes applied everywhere, and honestly, a lot of really interesting trick play potentials came out, but in the end, Morpheus and his teammate Ghostar managed to... Nogi and Ghostar, they managed to take home the win there with 6 kills. K23, they did get second, but didn't have the kills to claim the second spot overall. But I think with them being first place overall coming into that last game, they should still be sitting pretty well in it.
Now, once again, not a game that is in favor of YMCA Esports. Also, Beauty and the Beast, 0 points there on their last attempt. The Gatka boys with 0, so a lot of big names. Also, Desperado, the first team that was eliminated. So this is how it looks overall. And before we head into anything else, so K23 now sitting on top, 78 points. It's an 8-point lead over 7 Esports, and obviously the winner of round 1, Maka Ilmleko.
It's pretty interesting how nobody has really shot far ahead in kills. I don't know why, but I would expect somebody to get really far ahead right now. The top is an average of 3.5, which is, I mean, it's good in a duo setting, but it's not like the crazy kills that we sometimes see some teams do where they go full ham and get 15 kills in a game. And we have had a team here that got 10 kills in one game, but then they just didn't really make up for that in the other games,
right? In the other games, yeah.
It's like 2 bad games followed by 1 insane one. That's inconsistency, and we
no
don't
full ham,
like that.
Just full cheese. Back to Erangel. 5 and 6. The games will obviously also be on this map. So we're back to classic PUBG, I would say. Military circles possible, and starbar circles. I said that I like them today.
Is that a hint of things to come?
Yes.
Oh.
I
Are you
call
wizarding
military
the
circle
circles?
right now. I will be
So you said
military
you
for
want
game 5.
you said you want Stalber, but you call military.
No, I call military for this one and starbar for game 6.
Ooh, that's how it is. Okay, if you're actually right, then obviously, guys, he has his mobile phone in hand. So, as James likes to say, I am.
I got an app. I got the circle app.
He presses the buttons. All of a sudden, you see a red zone. It's like, oh, put that phone away. It's all the hacks. It's all the hacks. But yeah, teams are spreading out pretty well. Of course, most of the eastern side of things aren't really taken. Plane was, well, I mean, in the direction of the west. And now we got a bullfight. Other than bulls being cars and fights being running. Oh my lord, he just spun out of that one.
I just love that drift coming off there.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
was it on a scale from 1 to 10?
On a
Was
scale
it
to
what
one-
was that guy's name? Like the monster
Block?
thing? Yeah. Was it was
one
it good
to
enough for him?
one to Ken Block? It was probably Vaughn Gittin Jr. and so that might be for some above Ken Block and for some below. So
Okay.
I'll say that's fair. Fuffins takes the first shots at Pagura. Seems like he wasn't really aware of where it's coming from because he was looking left and right and kind of checking, kind of trying to hide.
I would like to get corrected by the CAS community now, but is it correct? I'm pretty sure that this guy's name is Raduga, which letter for letter makes no sense in the English
Oh,
language.
that was that was the
I'm
one you told
I'm pretty
us
sure
about.
that his name is Raduga, which again, I mean, it for us who reads this as just the letters that they don't make a lot of sense. But of course, we've got many different alphabets in play when we scramble together all these regions in play. Marco, he's not going to have that much fun this game. He's going to go down early. And honestly, I don't think Raduga's in for a good one here either. Fuffins had his weapon on burst. That's never something you want to do. And it actually, at least for now, allows for Raduga to get into safety. Whether he's going to be able to stay safe, I don't know.
Oh, wait.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Who are we talking about now? You say that Pagura.
It's Raduga.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was looking at a completely different name that moment you said it.
Oh.
So Fuffins basically drops that Pagura / yeah,
Raduga.
Raduga.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying what I once was told
Yeah,
a
so
year ago.
you told me that it's because they just use our letters, whatever is
It
close
looks
to
like
in the
the-
Russian Cyrillic.
Yeah, so it
letters.
looks like their letters, but of course their letters mean something completely different. But
Yeah, they do.
yeah.
That's true.
It's like Arthur, wherever he is. Like AppTip 777, the P is an R. So Arthur?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
And there's a lot of those. It's confusing for us.
And then you
for us
wonder
non-
why people are like, oh, they don't know the names. Like, because it's not really what's written there.
That's-
It's like,
yep.
I'm sorry.
When you've got enough CS tournaments, you learn them. That's really interesting.
It's like normally I just read whatever I get on the screen. Oof, the first one I get on the list. Also YMCA Esports, that's really important for them because last round was once again 0. Kelvin Kine gets on a Silas, but Silas takes him down. And Huckster did not even have to really jump in there, but it seems like the Beauty and the Beast have the upper hand. They got a kill here, and they're the third team to score one.
That was unfortunate.
Where is
28 bullets fired.
Where is was Kelvin?
Salsera? He's just
Salsera,
chilling.
yeah.
He's just chilling.
He's chilling over there.
He's not in a hurry.
Oh, he was
It's
probably
like
shopping.
Calvin. Come on, I heard how many bullets went off. That you're supposed to kill him.
Yeah, he thought his teammate is probably Neo, so he just bends around.
From 1 to Neo, how well did he do?
In avoiding bullets? Not really well, I would say.
From one to breathtaking, how well did he do?
The one.
1. He was not breathtaking.
Yeah, hell, Scream takes some shots at Gold Beef. He'll probably also do into Gold Honey, right?
Yeah, you probably want to get away from here, though. Now he is up on his feet, trying to make the run off, but Hellscream and Scooby, they're going to want to see if they can get themselves a little point off of this one. Actually, 2 points make that. Asmagic all by himself. He lost his teammate just before, so he's going to be sitting tight for now. And of course, we saw that circle. You called military, you wanted Stalber, and the game said, you know, we're just going to go in the middle of him.
Yeah,
That's,
like Game couldn't decide yet because I need to drag the circle on my app.
And you only drag it halfway.
Yeah, I only drag it halfway. Yeah, it was screen end.
Yeah,
and I couldn't get it to scroll.
You had to like scroll down
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
That
And then
gets
this stuff happens.
we had to cast, and yeah, there's a lot of things happening at the same time. But this one, Golpy, he's just making his way into the compound as if he's welcome as ever. Did Asmagic though hear him? That's the big question. I don't think he has an idea. I mean, he heard the shots fired by Scooby and Hellscream earlier, but I don't think he has heard Golpy make his way into the compound. That's pretty interesting.
He will be in for a surprise.
Yeah, because he's obviously stepping around like an elephant right now, so Golpy should know that there's someone in this compound.
Yeah, I mean being on that balcony, showing yourself.
Yeah.
Golpy's just not looking because he's
No, he's
really
hiding.
afraid.
He's behind the shack.
Yeah, but he's really afraid because he was like, I'm not sure if he spotted me. But he definitely did.
I mean, then he wouldn't have been running around like a crazy person. Also, we would probably have naded him like a half year ago. So
Probably.
yeah.
I mean, he has 2 of them and a molly, so
Yeah.
definitely possible. While Raven's unknown memory. Memory?
Yeah.
Is it like
I
the
just
cat
say,
song, memory, where they just skip part of the word? So word, you know that?
I don't know that.
I had that in school. So there's, cats. There's a song.
I know cats. Yeah, it's the same meow.
The musical. So there's a song, and it's about memories. But since that did not really fit in the song, they just went with memories. They just skipped the part of the
They
word.
couldn't just put the O in. There's a
No,
memories.
it didn't fit in the song because it didn't fit in like we had that in music like lessons, and it was like it didn't fit in the song, so they just skipped it.
That's like what hip hoppers do, you know?
Yeah, it's probably what he did with his
words.
name.
Oh yeah, he's like unknown memory.
Yeah, it's just going for it.
Yeah.
Nobert
Yeah.
takes down one of the who was that? That was Tornado on the other side there.
Example.
Bit bolt action.
Example. Or XMPL, as Paddle likes to call him. Just example.
Example.
XMPL example. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense to me. Ballin and Digger.
This would be the 3rd game they get blown up now, so please don't do that.
They kind of like cars. They're really into them, but the cars don't seem to be into them.
No, they also like exploding cars, and well, I mean, they can't explode it, fortunately. They both stayed alive, but for how much longer, I don't really know. And you saw Sakura there just before. He went aggressive, out in the open, shooting from forwards down towards these guys.
Oh,
and
look
well,
at
I mean,
that grenade. It will just fall down right next to Ballin. And Digger and Ballin are out. The Gatka boys eliminated as the first team.
that was a solid Toby. Instead of Kobe, you know?
Is
That's-
that?
Yeah, it's those.
All right.
They have
all
to
right.
be really good in order to be qualified for that. It's like only a select few gets that honor.
Nobor takes some shots at example, but didn't really hit there yet. Still, he might get another try.
He should. I mean, the circle hasn't. I like that. Yeah, that was interesting. We're just testing if the weapon wasn't jammed. I like the way they're playing this one. Like, they're never allowing, for example, a Millman to peek over for long. Because they know that they have a team on the western side, and they, of course, I mean, they can't do a whole lot if they leave there. But they're playing it smart. They're making sure that they don't push, constantly keeping them from peeking anyway. Of course, the next circle could showcase us a whole lot of what's going to happen late game. But Scoopy now and Hellscream, well, they were looking for players for the longest of time. Now they finally find some. And well, it's going to be Faye knocked and blown up. And there's still Kivo left, though. 1v2 ain't going to be easy. Nate's in hand.
Well,
Not
next
going
one's
in the
coming. That's a
direction.
long shot, but nope. Scooby will be gone already. And that hits the ground.
The new circle is going to center up somewhat on the southern side down here. Should be pretty accessible circle for most. Golpy has finally
Golpy,
spotted him.
Yeah, he gets his chance, but not enough
14
headshots
bullets.
there.
14 bullets left remaining.
I mean, we all remember the...
Wow.
Yeah, obviously,
I
I
said
say
South,
we
that's
all
not at all.
remember, and then I don't even remember the name.
That's magic?
No. What was the movie?
Okay, we're
Deadpool.
sidetracking again.
I want to say like 14 bullets are enough to do everything, because remember the intro
Oh, he
of
counts
the
all
first
the bullets.
Deadpool
Yeah,
movie?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And then I forgot the name of the actual superhero.
Makes sense.
Buster finds himself right next to the grenade of Roll Flat, and he's out. Crap tries to run away, though. I mean, he's hiding behind the Jeep now. Will he take some shots? Do you think he will risk it? Because Silas is also close. Look at them.
Yeah, they're trying to make the run. I mean, they've been inside of the city for the most of the, well, pretty much the whole game. They pushed over to take out Calvin earlier, but now they push back in towards Pachinki, and they'll be able to make the run on up. And this is going to be a rough circle, though. The whole open field on the northern side of Pachinki, and then you have all of ruins to run around, and that's just going to be a cluster. I mean, no one wants to go inside ruins. Even here, I mean, look at how open you are. You can take an angle on one team, but odds are that you'll be visible to others. Like every single time you silhouette or peek over a hilltop, that's going to be you spotting one guy. That's all good fun. But we saw what happened with Sakura before. When you stand still for too long and shoot at people, there's going to be other people looking your way when they hear those shots.
Definitely PUBG, not a game for you to relax either
no.
either your character or your fingers. Kivo, a bit of pressure here because now everyone is shooting at him, and an example is finishing him off.
Great shots.
So that is Team Spirit duo out of this, and the Tornadoes. Another kill on the list.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Team Spirit, they've been under a lot of fire. As Magic, the last player remaining in that four-man squad that is now split into two. But teams they're finding their way in towards the circle. We could still go north of the water. That would be really interesting with this circle, because there's only really 4 bridges to get there. So if this one hard shifts north, that would be interesting for us, horrible for the players. But then, of course, that's normally the best content, right?
I mean, I could also get my rune circle that I was talking about
Rune
today.
circle?
That was my 3rd circle. It's like that I like the topography next to runes.
Yeah?
So maybe I directed in the right position for a good
Rune
match.
circle.
Sampula, 1 kill so far. But that's basically it, because his teammate, Sakura, you said that he was caught off guard early on. And now Sampula's all on his own for the YMCA movement.
Yeah, they need to... he needs to play it smart from his position. You can see him on the western side. He lost his teammate early before when they were trying to take shots aggressively. And now Taucero, speaking of solos, he is going to find himself all by himself. But fortunately, Manny is held off by, I believe, that was Morpheus shooting up from the compound west.
It could have been Apocalypse,
No, I think it was down there, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. There was Morpheus and Broxel.
Ah, all right.
So Taucero, he made it into safety. Fortunately, Manny didn't get to shoot down towards him, and I think they're focused elsewhere now with their guns as they were taking shots towards him just before. But Apocalypse is alone down... Oh, no, he does have a teammate. Apocalypse and Lhasa by one another side. And then you have Sampula still chilling inside the house. Will they chill for much longer, though? No, they won't. Because what was once a circle that you could do something from is now a circle that you can do nothing from, because this one is not going to allow for a whole lot of cover unless if you're already in the northern side.
Yeah, Opie and Bra might be in a good spot, depending on who's coming. Who's pushing behind them right now? I mean, there's Tok coming.
Yeah,
and
Tok and Aliyah.
Aliyah, yeah. Wasabi and King Earl might be moving in there as well.
But they would not want to. I mean, I think they're going to cross the eastern bridge in the blue. Though,
yeah,
so
probably. Oh, that's the next car that blows up, and Ghost up picking up 2 here against Broxel and Morpheus.
I'm only laughing because that's their teammates. That's funny. They actually, like, normally these 4 guys that just fought against each other, they're teammates. So they must be laughing.
It's even more funny, you know that.
Yeah, but
it's
so
blowing
sort of
up
like,
your
ha, I
teammates.
killed you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They'll be joining their TeamSpeak right now and saying, noobs.
Till 0 is out. That means the Desperados are done, and also the Nomad Warriors. Throw flat fellas. Sealers picks up Hobbit. Where's that? Where
that's down south, just in the northern side of Pachinki. I mean, it's just a rough area to fight around. You can see it right here. This is pretty much the show of the whole circle. It's a huge open field. You have 1 compound available right now. And Mumino, you ain't gonna get that res on up. Voxy is flying on
people
forward,
are dying everywhere now. Oh, Ghostar can't finish it. Can't finish it. He gets pushed off from his position there. Who's shooting at him, though?
Coach Marco ran over his teammate with the vehicle flipping and all. But he's actually going to get the rest on up. Unless, of course, if Ghostar can throw a nade far enough, that's going to be a toss of a solid 100 meters. But, of course, in PUBG, everything's possible.
I mean, it's perfect for the vehicle, but unfortunately, they're not there anymore.
Yeah, and they will not go back to it either, I'm pretty certain.
You don't think they will just get a work, like a toolbox and get a work?
No, not yet at least. It could be implemented in the game sometime, who knows. Fixing cars in PUBG.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to have 5 in mechanic skill. You need to go grind it. Go to the junkyard in Miramar. That's where you farm it. Like farm the mechanics.
Zooming off string, they got Tok.
Yeah, they were the ones rotating in just on the western side of the city. You can see Aliyah still up there in the 3-story.
That means that Opie and Brahm also have only have Aliyah now in the back.
Yeah, they have some more room now.
Entire squad,
but they still have to cross that road eventually. It's not going to be easy. Marco,
duo, by the way, not squad.
Marco found. Yep, that is true.
Goldby is still around there. Look it.
Yeah.
Kiss and Faultlessly.
Asmachek has run all the way from the south side as well. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Still on the fire, like. There is someone shooting at him the whole time. X-Team finds King Earl that's up north.
He goes down immediately in return, though. That's the issue with these city fights. You can never, I mean, whenever you're you're looking for one guy, as we said before, with the open areas too. Whenever you're looking at one guy, odds are that other people will be looking for you shooting, because they know that once you're shooting, odds are that you're a still target. And of course, this one having to shift away from water did it in some of the only areas that it could. And well, back into the field we go. 2 compounds available. Edge of school is up for grabs, but other than that, it's just fields and Watertown. Pretty horrible circle, to be honest.
It will be interesting now where teams decide to place themselves.
Once this circle connects, like it's fully closed in, how many people do you think we have alive? I have a guess, but I want to hear your bet.
27.
Like not teams, but how many players do you think we have alive?
5.
Okay, that's maybe a little low. I was gonna say something like 15 or 20.
No, they will all kill each other now. Look,
Before this circle closes.
Misa starts, yeah.
Or before it's closed in, we'll be down to 5 players.
you meant on this current one?
Yeah.
I thought when we're closing one to the next one.
Once the blue hits this, how many people are alive?
Okay, probably we're 26 teams now. That is 52, 51. So we probably still have 30.
30 players? Okay, I'm still gonna say 20. I'm gonna say 20. I'll up it to 20.
Oh, they don't allow
There's just,
41.
there's just, look at this run they're making. Everyone's in the open. Sampula, he's
Yeah,
a solo
still 30.
player. Sampula is a solo player. Doesn't want to grab Gorbanawi spots too. He has to make the run in, though, and he knows the importance of placement points. Rather that these guys clear the top and make a run on forward. I like this play from him. But he seems to me right now, the way that he's moving around, that he really wants to take those shots. But he's not right now. Laza, he's going to drive over. Ewan and Fuffins, of course, going to spot him. So they'll stop and shoot for him there. That's going to make Sample even more figure whether he wants to engage in it or not. Laza goes down, so does Hype. X-Team out as well. So many players eliminated already, and the circle is still far from closed in. This is just a rough area to play around. Extremely hard to do anything here. As Magic is going to love this circle. There's no one up by him whatsoever. Tuho, what can you do from here? They have to fight for this edge. They're not inside the circle yet either.
Yeah, they need to find their way in there. Quick match, but quick math, however you like. Okay, 23 is eliminated. That's our current leader.
Yeah, that's going to be them going down early. I mean, again, rough rotation coming in.
Oh, Miso being tapped from the back. Who was that? That was Faye. No, he tries to get picked up by his teammate, though.
A little bit of distance to it, too. Solid 200-meter knock coming in from Traycon and Faye. Ooh, Nokia spots him out. That's going to be an easy pickup. But you can see this immediately has to run back.
Yeah, there's just too many people around. As you said, as soon as you show yourself there are probably another 4 to 5 weapons locked onto you already.
Exactly. You've got to constantly reposition. And by constantly, I mean actually
Iwang gets a kill on Kyoto. It's another one for their list, though. Look at that spread. 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. It's like none of the teams are really running away with the kills right now.
Yes, like we said last game, we have yet to really see that the full dominance in these duos. But then again, I mean, it is a duo tournament. Of course, we have made it to the grand final, so we get the best of the best. And it's just hard because like every single mistake will be abused or will be penalized. And if you're punished, if you're, I mean, no matter what situation you're in, if you're a duo, it's just odds are that, well, I mean, if you lose to one player, you're forced to play passive. Unless if you're Tubo Banani, but then you get killed.
I wanted to say it's like that. Probably not a long hero story that you will start there. Not going to happen. Silas takes him down.
The idea was good, but didn't really work out in the end. Circle has popped, and we've gone further down towards the compound. So for anyone sitting out in the northwestern side, they're going to be in for a long, long run here. Drone goes down as well. It's going to be Zoom. Got the damage off. Offspring tried to get the finish and managed to do so as well, but with very little HP to his name. And Aliyah, solo player for a while now, has to make a, well, I mean, one thing is making his way over this hill. Another thing is the downhill push into the open on the other side. That is not going to be easy at all. But I like the idea that Aliyah is making sure that the backside angles here are completely safe before doing anything over aggressive.
Yeah, we all know it's like pushing over the street is always a problematic thing, but you got the circle on the other side. Offstring and Zoom, they're now moving in. Will they actually stumble across Leah or not? Faye taking some shots more at the quick math. Guys, that's 35 and that's it. taking down another team eliminated, down to 16 teams and still 26 people alive.
Every single point you get here could be the difference in whether you get the nice money that you would want in the end of things, or if you have to fall short and not be able to pay your bills next month.
Dream Duo also out after Melman's grenade onto Rex. Battlestrong got Aaliyah. Scooby. Oh no, look, Goldby finally gets involved again, finds Kiss.
As soon as they start shooting over the top, a lot of other teams spot him out. That's just the way it is here. One gets knocked, that's Home Lick down. Battlestrong still alive, but that nade could be the end of him. Nope, not quite far enough. Second one? Nope, not far enough either. Did he just nade his teammate? I think he did.
Oh, you know, things happen.
He hit his feet. Yep, he exploded on the top. I was like, didn't that nade just hit his foot and fall back down towards him?
All good, all good.
Gotta give it to Battlestrong. I mean, he's
trying
really buying
hard
himself
right
a lot
now.
of time.
They get both.
Good effort, though. Really, really good effort in staying alive.
I liked how they not really pushed away. They were like, no, we definitely want to take this now.
Also, the thing was that every time that they looked over the top, you can see all the other teams. They were just shooting up towards him too. It's like, you
their
can
heads.
only really fire like 3 or 4 bullets before you have to fall
Look
back
at
down
Braum,
again.
though. He's behind.
Sneaky,
Yeah.
sneaky.
Might even come around the top of the hill to have a shot at Example. Yeah. He was in the car. He's now stepped out of his. Kronia finds Zoom.
Knocked once more, but they are in the circle.
Faye is in danger. There's Braum. Oh, he didn't see
him.
Braum.
He did not see him.
Oh my goodness me.
Braum is low HP though, and he knows there's more than one player
Take
there.
him.
He knows there's more than one player.
Oh, that trigger discipline. I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have done that.
Did you see him now?
Nope.
Yes, he did. He did see him. He did see him.
Oh, too bad.
That's
for Braum.
unfortunate. Yeah, he needs to have HP too. One of time to heal. That's going to be the vehicle blown up in a second.
Through the windows of the vehicle, and that's it.
Nice push over the top by Trico.
Yeah, Trico finished his live there. Sealess gets Scooby in another drop.
Wow, headshot.
They're still trying it to get down the guys in the house. The problem is obviously in the house, it's easier for them to get picked up like this now. No chance for you to get involved unless you throw a grenade right into it. That's definitely not possible right now for the Beauty and the Beast.
I've been doing a lot of thinking in who's who, but then I looked at the picture and it's very clearly Hoakstar who's the Beast in that photo. So I'm assuming that the Beautiful is Silas. Then you have a vehicle. Oh my lord, that was almost running Krabik over without even seeing it, but now he gets spotted in the end, and that's going to be Hoakstar with the SLR. Close range even. Takes down Krabik. He tried to snake it out for as long as he could, but did not work out for him in the end. I like the pushes that these guys have been making so far. It's a really smart place.
Oh, off-string and Zoom down now. Out. Milky Way is gone. Running into Meister Z. And Trico is helping out as well with flushing them off the map. Huckster still on the hunt, though, for Scooby and Hellscream. Hellscream is down there. So he jumps around. Oh, he jumps right into vision of Huckster.
Yeah, he
so
knows
will
there's
be
two
aware.
over there.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you do it, Hoakstar? Can you throw it through the window?
You saw what?
Yes, he can, but I think he fell down the stairs.
You know why he looked at the ground? I was absolutely sure he will flinch it.
Oh.
It's like throwing
boing.
it on his balcony. So
bounce it
bounces
over?
off into the window.
That's not how nades work. I mean, you can bounce nades, I guess, but not when it's like a 30-meter throw. That'll be pretty hard bounce. You probably exploded on impact right on your feet. So,
boom.
Yeah, that wouldn't be optimal.
Stuff happens. That's our circle now. Getting more crowded and still 15 man alive. Sealess and Huckstar, they are closest to Scooby and Hellscream. Rest of the teams killed. It's interesting to see Thoughtlessly
also
being
the
in
fact
between
that
there.
Asmachek is still alive. I mean, he ran in from the south an hour ago, and he's still just chilling up there. If this next circle goes south of the road, that could honestly be him finishing in the top 5 and potentially even higher than that.
Faye on that burning car. So like everyone is looking at it. Yeah, everyone's like, okay, there's a burning car. Might be worth investigating.
I think they know that there's players over here. The thing is, they haven't seen Trico yet, and they probably have a hunch that there's 2 players alive on the team, so they don't want to overcommit to aggressing on open on this side, should there be a chance that the other one has an angle on them.
No shots fired on that occasion there. Everyone was having a look. No one wanted to get involved. There's a Dutchie at the Jeep parked. Trico has a quick look at it. Does he see Kronia now running over? But there's a grenade coming out, right? That's interesting.
Ooh.
Ah, a bit too short.
I mean, Faye saw them on the edge, and they know they're down there. It's just a matter of getting the angle. But that was the last nade for Trico, unfortunately.
No more of those available. At least not until he potentially loots one from a crate. Meisters has 7 smoke still, so there's a chance of making a run in the open. You can see he's holding his ankle. He knows that there's someone around here. But even with a headshot, wouldn't take down Faye, because Faye has got that nifty level 3 helmet.
Yeah, it's definitely helping him out here to stay in the game. 25 minutes. Still 9 teams, though. While the circle is shrinking more and more. Blue now really hurts. Means everyone needs to get going. Same for Scooby and Hellscream, because they're definitely not in. Faultlessly finds a smart yak.
He does go down. I like the positioning from Hoekstar and Silas here, even though we just saw Silas go down. That's a really smart positioning. They go around the compound instead of into it. So they try to flank around and so be the ones to get to hold them off. Hoekstar, nade thrown towards him. Smoke thrown as well, wants to grant himself some sort of cover. Silas does get finished off, and now this push is coming in. Scooby, you're taking way too much blue damage, and Hoekstar needs to get him down. That's a headshot, though, going in his way, and now he has to run from the blue.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that
move,
blue now
Hoekstar,
really hurts.
Move.
He laid down the smoke grenades already. That was good. It really helps him right now. But also, Scooby and Hellscream have to move. So Scooby been taken down already by Crunio. I guess his teammate won't pick him up.
Yeah.
While Faultlessly, with the help of Ravens, finishes off Kuverti. Look at Huckster. He's obviously waiting for Hellscream and Scooby. Scooby is down. Both are down already.
Yeah.
That's easy. So Blue finished that job off. Huckster on 3 kills with his team. Like 1, obviously, for his own now.
13 spare bullets on his SLR. That's not optimal for long-range engagements. And now, oh my lord, these guys will all be forced out into the open. I mean, I guess you still have Nobo's compound and the the warehouse in play, or the hangar, whatever you want to call it. But Hoekstar has to make a run out. An example, honestly, has been prone in this position for the longest of time. Pretty interesting that nobody has cared to look at the one vehicle placed in the middle of the field where nobody's positioned. He's been proning here for a very long time now.
It's interesting because that's obviously not the places where you would normally position yourself.
And that's the thing, right? So
Since there's not much around. Yeah, there's not much around. Everyone will be like, oh, they must be over there.
Exactly. That's why you can normally make some place where everyone's like, how, why, what's going on? But as you're saying, like, nobody would ever expect it. Oh, my lord, double headshot.
I was expecting Hoekstar to get the head. Yeah, but it was Faultlessly.
Double headshot.
Effortlessly making the kill there. That was extremely great to see.
Good spotted there. Needs to land more shots, though. He knows
fire
where
right
everyone
now.
is. He goes down to the blue.
Yep, but that's what I want to say. It's like, you can be the best aimer in the world. If blues come in, you're not running away, then it does not help. Trico is still down there.
Yeah, he made his way over. Faye went down just before, but he's in a 1v2, and seems like Masters, I mean, they're not quite sure exactly where he is. But, of course, they have many other positions to worry about. And as you can see, he can't really expose himself too much up here, because Unknown and Nova, they should be able to see him on this hilltop. I would assume so, at least.
Yeah, 2 duos, 2 solo players.
Cannot really overcommit here. Got guys in the compound. This circle, of course, will end in the middle. So that's going to mean that both the guys in the compound from Cobra, they will have to leave, and also the guys on the northern side will have to leave. And then you got Example. Which factor can you play in this? Because I don't think anyone has their scopes focused west right now. I think they have an idea that the whole fight you have to take now is going to be what's north of you. Because Example hasn't shot a bullet. Like, he hasn't fired a bullet for the last 10 minutes. So why would they care to look for him?
Maybe he's AFK.
Maybe.
He comes back
really
like,
good Spotify list.
I won this.
Yeah, last guy dies to blue is like, what?
Just imagine.
Or maybe he just disconnected. Like, he's desperately trying to get back in the game right now, and he didn't even have to.
Like back in the days of StarCraft where this guy won a match and he wasn't even there.
I like what we're seeing right here, though. Even though they're not expecting him to be around, that's a good peek there.
finally being spotted. Nova tries to get Crunio. But not happening. Hiding behind the smoke there. Oh, Example
nade. They saw the nade come up there. They saw it. He didn't even have to.
That's not great. He has Ravens in front of him. Nova in front of him. That is clearly the end.
You say that. Yeah, he does go down.
For example, Crunio takes him down. Tornado energy out of this now.
That's a really good effort.
Oh, that's Maka Imyeko picking up 2 kills.
2v1 now.
And they might be in for their second win of tonight in the grand final. If you want to do that, then you want to do it here in the grand final.
Yeah.
And they have their chance. They've taken it. Oh,
he gets knocked down on the other side.
Nobo's still in.
Molotov.
49.
Molotov, Nobo, you have it.
A
Throw
single
it.
grenade, and they will be in. Cobra Toxin could win this. That Molotov is going in the wrong direction.
Shoot through the smoke, guys.
They're not even trying. There's a grenade going in
There's
Nova's
smokes,
direction.
smokes,
There are
smokes,
smokes,
smokes.
yeah, because they don't have anything anymore. Crunio, if they now turn this around, if
One
Crunio
down,
really
one down.
win this. Oh, there's Ravens has the shot. Crunio steps out of it, but it's Crunio taking it. Impossible. Can't be true. Second win of the evening for Makai Mleko. In such a favor. I was absolutely sure that this is done and dusted, that they can't take it anymore, and then this happens.
They both threw that win like 3 times each.
They wanted to give it to each other, but no one wanted to be like, thanks for the gift. It was more like, I have nothing for you, so I'll give it back.
That was a very, very confusing ending. They get the knock, they don't commit to it. Then they get the knock,
Yeah,
they don't commit to it. It's like, you just knock the guy, and then he throws the Molotov like 50 meters behind him. It's like, guys, you need to... I know it's difficult, and there's like ton of pressure, and it's everything on the line kind of thing.
I would still have tried to at least shoot it once.
They had the bullets to do it as well. I mean, of course, everything on the line, it's tricky, and it's always easy for us with all the vision and knowledge to say,
Yeah,
just
definitely.
do this, just do that. But it is, I mean, in those situations in particular, it is what really separates the...
Still a great ending, though.
Oh, for sure, it was hilarious. Great entertainment. But in the end, could have been a, well, honestly, a quicker win for PT at first. But
No, that was Nova's chance to take all of this.
Yeah.
And then Crunio takes him down first, and then they have all the time in the world for this.
that was a bit of a mistakeful ending, but in the end, an entertaining one at that nonetheless.
I liked it.
I did too.
But that's the second win for them tonight. And, you
That
know,
is
it's like,
impressive.
as long as you're kind of consistent, and they
Oh,
have
yeah.
been, because they
Yeah.
were, like, what, 4th?
They've had 2 wins, and K23 has a win and a second.
Yeah.
So very good performances overall, for sure.
But they also did 9 kills on that, I
Yeah,
think. So they
exactly.
scored the 38 points.
And K23 went out early.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
They were, like, in high 20s.
Exactly.
Basically. Ooh, that will be interesting when we have a look at the leaderboard, which we obviously do when we're coming back from the break. Wingman Series 7 is coming to an end. At least after this matchup, and we still don't know who will be the winner of this series. Yeah, it is definitely
That'd
a
be
moment
cheating.
to be sad. But on the other hand, after that finish we just had in Game 5, I'm pretty sure no one said we want to see more and more action.
Nobody wanted to win that game. They wanted to last forever. That's what it was. Maybe
Like-
that's what it was. They just said, there's only going to be one game left. If
You
we just
think-
if we just don't kill each
Yeah.
other, just keep knocking so it doesn't seem like we're really trying to do it.
We know that kind of worked in what's I now try to get the English name of the movie. Is it
Terminator? Lord of the Rings?
no Panem?
I was just going to say
English?
movies
What's
until you
the
said
English title for it?
Panem? Pan's Labyrinth?
No.
Can we get some help from production?
Hunger
What is
Games.
Panem?
Hunger
It's-
Games.
It's called Panem?
In German, it's Die Tribute von Panem. That's why I tried to figure out what it was in English. It's the Hunger
What?
Games. And you know that they win the first round without killing each other? That's what they went for.
Thank
Let's
you.
look at the scoreboard
Yeah,
before I do even more weird things with movie titles. It was obviously Makai Mleko winning game number 5, and we see K23
That
current
was a
leader,
rough
29th.
0 points.
That hurts.
For Hobbits and Wingman. They were sitting well in it too. They had actually a pretty good jump down towards second place, but that is not going to be there anymore whatsoever. 'Cause some of these teams that have been doing good overall so far, Marka, better luck next time. All these guys, they have coming crawling back on up, and I'm not even sure they're sitting in first place coming into the final game now.
Yeah, that will be the most interesting thing that could change up front, that is true. I mean, Tornado Energy Duo, they came second, they're still fine. Let's have a look.
Nope.
Nope, they're coming off first.
Wow,
It's 90
12
points.
point lead.
And that's the biggest point and kill lead
Yeah.
we saw so far.
That is pretty damn interesting. Of course, for those of you guys sitting out there watching, it ain't just about the pride. There's a whole hell of a lot of money on the line in this tournament. So,
Let me quickly write this down, I wanted to say, and then
That's
it
too
was
late.
gone.
90, 78,
Wait,
75, 74.
90,
78,
78,
75, 74.
75, 74.
That's what you
And
get.
it was
Maka,
Maka?
K23.
K23.
You do the rest. I'm casting. Good luck.
Good luck.
Have fun.
Yeah. Production. Hello.
Gutes Luck für dich.
Danke dir.
Bitte, bitte. In any case, the final plane of the 7th season of Wingman is commencing, and what better start than Scooby getting run over by a car? Of course, it's not the best start for him, but in the end of things, it's how it's gonna go down. So he's gonna go home a sad man, and Hellscream is gonna. I mean, he's gonna do everything he can to get him some money. And Hoekstra, we saw him get a good effort in last game. Him and Silas got a lot of kills with him, and now they're getting contested by Arthur and his teammate Goldby inside of the city of Pachinki. And right now, at least right now, it's working out for them. But of course, this city has yet to be claimed.
Look at production day. Look at production day, saving my life. They put it on the screen for us. 7 Esport, and then it's better luck next time.
Yeah.
On oh, they are in 63, not 74. Bit of luck. All right, and QVRT will put them on.
QWERTY.
Never know. 60.
So interesting first circle to pop. We saw it for a little while there while everyone was fighting. And teams are way more aggressive this time around too. I actually kind of like that, gotta say.
Yeah,
Cobra.
let's go for it. I mean,
Yeah.
this last round.
Gotta
This
get
is
kills.
Wingman Europe coming to an end, and these guys want to go out with a bang. Well, Nova is getting the kill onto Rax and his teammate. Let's
Cleared
just
the
call me
compound.
Marco.
Cleared out the compound. And, well, I mean, we had an eastern circle, we had a center circle, and now we have a western circle. I guess that's the only way that we can do this
I
fairly.
think PUBG is like, let's make sure they have a circle everywhere.
Yeah, no Stalba, no Kameshki, no military either. So pretty much the two things you said were the only thing we didn't get. To a certain extent.
Yeah, but that's kind of sad because I still think they would have been great.
We will get them later, maybe. For those of you guys who weren't aware, you can stick around until late tonight and watch
Or
some
early,
American.
depends on.
Early, of course, and watch some American and South American Wingmans. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
So you think Marco, with currently having a 12-point lead,
Not guaranteed.
would it be worth it? No, not guaranteed. Would it be worth it him trying to not be involved early on?
Oh, you don't
at
want to
all?
be involved in anything.
Yeah.
Not at all. As long as you can surpass all the teams that are right behind you, K23, 7, and all these guys, then, I mean, you're just going to solidify your spot even better. So stay alive for as long as you possibly can and hide some more.
Sikora and Sapula, one of the ones I had on my list for today, not really living up
It is tough.
to that. Yeah, YMCA Esports a bit struggling. Buster from 7 Esports, that's currently 3rd position.
Yeah.
Tries to get the first 2 points here to actually catch up onto the lead, onto Arthur. But Arthur is hiding behind that tree.
Yeah, he lost Goldby before as well, so he's all by his lonesome. Now the thing for Buster is that Krabik's on the other side, and he spots him out. Nice play there. They knew exactly where they had him positioned, and they get themselves 2 points off of that one too. Potentially really important points. Sampula does get himself knocked there, so that's going to be Pashek staying alive for now. Him and his teammate trying to hold off this push potentially. Like the angle up on the balcony there. That's going to be Sampula and Sikora.
Yeah, that was quick. YMCA says goodbye to the Wingman Series 7.
Yeah. They'll be back for the next one, though.
I'm absolutely sure.
They're a great bunch of guys, very talented players, and they will want to yet another crack at it. This circle, though, it's interesting. It's west, and, well, I mean, there's not that many compounds to play around because you have the Swarm, it takes up a lot of space. Then you have Quarry, everybody hates Quarry, and then you have a ton of fields around Gatka, east of Gatka, south of Pachinki, around Pachinki. There's just a lot of fields on the western side of things. And, well, I mean, one thing we know for sure is in duos, as much as in squads, maybe even more, you just do not want to get caught in the open.
I guess that you normally don't want that at all, but Beauty and the Beast sneaking their way onto Code Marco and Moxie here.
Maybe it's not so much based on their names as to who they are, but it's like the aggression modes they can activate. So if it's Beauty, then it's just dee dee dee. And if it's Beast mode, then they just go full YOLO sprinting forward, you know?
Think so?
Could be. Right now they're being pretty chill about it.
They are, because they try to not make too much noises. To not get caught by what... That is exactly the spot where I wouldn't wait.
Let me just sit in the open.
It's like, maybe if they spot me now, they think I'm a bunny. I'll just stay here. Code Marco running right into it. Silas is ready for that. Now the whole sneaking attack worked for them. Oh,
That's going to be the
think he
jump
overlooked.
scare.
I overlooked his teammate there, Woxie.
Jump scare of his life there, that's for sure. Aaliyah needs to make somewhat of a play here. Talsera and Calvin running up towards him. Talsera and Calvin had a rough patch the last 2 games, but who knows? Maybe they can turn things around here in the final one. Of course, it's not only first place we're playing for. That's where the top of the money is. But there's money down the line for some of those other placements too.
I like how Talsera creates that flank here, and this will make it easy for him to pick up.
Boom.
Tok, yeah. Aliyah, I mean, not Tok was down already. That was easy task.
Yep. Gets himself to finish off. 2 points secured for the Desperado gang. And,
Woxie is still there. Oh, they
don't
still
know where he
expect
is.
him to be there, but Woxie is 1 compound further.
They do not know where he is. I like the way they're clearing this house, though.
Yeah, it looks a bit like a proper special forces unit.
Don't take anything for granted. Did he just run into his own nade?
Yeah, I was wondering. Like, you need to flash first, and then you flash, and then you go in.
That's not how nades work.
What?
Throw a nade and then run into the room before it explodes.
You want to be there for the party,
Aha.
for the big bang.
Yeah. I'm more of the watch the big bang from a distance kind of guy, you know, when it comes to explosions and grenades.
So many jokes I had ready right now.
I know. I was very quick at making sure that.
Yeah, not going that way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We'll save that till later. When we're actually out of jokes. That guy in the field. Hate to see it, but that's just how things go sometimes. And then you had a guy here running himself. Oh, he was not moving.
Was he?
Yet he runs himself over with a car?
Maybe it fell out of the sky. Hellscream? Spread of quick math.
That's interesting.
Play number 1.
2-0.
Yeah, 2 is done and dusted.
Yeah, that's
Hellscream has not... I mean, Hellscream, just letting you know, man, there's not much left from your shack.
No, it's one of those...
Open ones.
One of those... yeah, it's...
The cabriolet
The
ones.
cabriolet shacks. The ones that you don't really want to sitting around in.
40 Roadster. Misa at least connects 1 shot, it seems.
The circle's going to pop real soon, too. It's actually going to be really interesting in seeing where that next one will go, because if it centers up, that's going to be good for the guys with positions currently, but everyone else will have to commit to those fields. That's going to be shacks next to shacks next to shacks, and that's going to be all they're going to be playing around. But should it go west, there are some compounds, but of course, getting to them is going to be hard with so many players currently sitting center in this one.
So our current leaders are up north, Georgia Paul.
They're taking their time.
Drone and his teammate, I will probably run into that. Foxy now under fire. Ooh. And Silas and Huckstar, they finish off what they started.
That is the ugliest picture I've ever seen, by the way.
What?
The Beauty and the Beast logo.
picture.
It is really ugly. New circle. We're going to Quarry.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Quarry, Forest, and a lot of rough areas to play around. Nova gets taken out, so Huckstar and Silas still in it. 2 guys alive still with 4 kills so far. That's 8 points already this game.
That's not bad at all.
Not a bad start there for them.
Still, Canyon Meisters are working their way around Hospital, while everyone else is already rotating to the new circle. Zoom and Offstring, they are quite deep in it already, and here's an AWM that will probably be picked up by Wasabi.
Yeah, that is a nifty crate to put in your backpack there. I was going to say, good weapon to get along. 8x2 it as well, full level 3 gear. Hellscream, he's going to go out in the field. Unfortunate, flips off the bike. He's going to go down. Misa still from the same position he's had for the longest of time now, trying to get whatever points he can get with him, realizing that outside probably won't ever leave this place anyway, so might as well see if he can shoot somebody. But as soon as he shoots in the open, shoots in the open and goes down because of it.
I'm really surprised Braum falls to the Team Spirit duo here.
He got 1 down though, so if Opia can get this one.
Why is he not?
He saw him. He has seen him.
Yeah, but why he's not taking the shots? But then he turns around, crouches, and shoots him in the knee.
Mumino got a kill here. We gotta keep in mind the K23, they got a chance. That's gonna be them now 10-point difference, right? Up towards that first place, but they gotta stay alive. Every single second that their opponents in first currently in Maka, they're staying alive longer than them, is gonna be them not getting that first place spot overall.
It's true, obviously, they would need to overcome a lot. It's 12 points, so Maka probably should not get any points for them. So it
6
makes
more
it a lot
kills than
easier.
them would tie it up, and then
Yep.
whatever placement points they'd get higher, right?
Yep, that's correct. And obviously, the opposing side doesn't is not allowed to get anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 6 kills more than
Yep.
than your opponent or than them, which is a pretty hard task. But then again, they have had some pretty decent high kill games so far, and of course, with both a win and a second place on each map, it goes to show that that clearly they have what it takes. It's just a matter of making it all work out here in the final game.
Digger, oh, that was a quick one onto X Team. Like shooting him off the bike there. The Gutka boys finally getting involved again after the previous matches have not been really what they were looking for.
They haven't really had things going their way in the past couple of games.
Let's
See Beauty and the
quickly
Beast
see
here.
if there's anyone. So K23, they got 1. Better luck next time, got 1, right?
5 kills for Beauty.
Yeah, and 7 Esports got 1. So they all gained 2 points already, besides Marco. Kuverti also didn't got anything.
Ghostar is gonna drown. That's unfortunate. Oh, he's on the other side of the rocks.
Oh yeah, they got lucky there.
Get baited by
I
the
was
X-ray.
saw them dying already.
Yeah, I thought they were on the smokes. Got me there, observers. How did Ghostar drown?
Ghostar is probably
Is there a boat somewhere?
having a look at Mr. Squarepants down there.
Is there a car in the water?
Camera's like up.
How did he
Let's
end
dive
up-
into
Oh,
it.
there's a bike.
Yep.
Huh.
Too bad.
That's Ghostar. He's just
Became a ghost.
drowning.
Finally living up to his name.
Ghost R. He's a pirate, you know?
He's
a ghost pirate. Ghost R.
Yeah, or he's using assault rifles as a ghost.
Underwater.
Underwater.
That would be different.
Underwater assault rifles.
One team that is not using underwater assault rifles is Beauty and the Beast, because they are indeed trying to, trying to find Unknown, and they're even tanking the blue to get him. I think Oakside is realizing now that, you know what, I ain't got time for this.
Yeah, should probably stay out of that
Gotta get
for
to
now.
the circle.
Yeah, it's not really worth it, I guess, for them
Yeah.
to currently go for those 2 points.
More important things in life, and believe me, we'll have a chance to shoot at people later on in the game. Norkis, of course, now all by himself. I think what might have happened is that Ghost not DC'd, but oh my god, Norky, that is a
That was gifted to him. Gifted to him.
rude headshot.
Both were kind of being in the open, but they were the
Yeah.
only ones left, and the one in the car he obviously couldn't shoot back. That was an easy one.
That was really fortunate to have him parked right in front of
Wait,
him like that.
didn't the Gatka boys pick up 1?
No, he got rest.
Oh, he got rest. It was like
Yes,
they
sir.
lost 1, but they didn't got 1.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't
Okay.
get. He committed to try and flush him and lost the play. Ooh, K23 losing a player potentially. Mumino gets himself
Yeah.
knocked.
Nope,
And
they actually
finished
lose 1.
off, so that's going to be all Hobbits now in order to get them up to that first place spot. That's not going to be easy. Kissick gets finished off there. Not a whole lot more to it. Puffin spots up one. That's Calvin. He's going to go down immediately after. Zero over the top wants to throw an 8 in, but they don't know where Ewan is, and that's going to be him trying to drive off in the vehicle here.
Oh, Kyoto falls to Melman again. Tornadoes picking up a kill. Ewing might get some shots as well for Kevin, but nope, not going to happen. Kelvin, not Kevin. We're not in a German school.
Or in Home Alone.
Oh, yeah, on Home Alone.
Isn't his
True
name
that.
Kevin?
That's
too?
Kevin, yeah.
Yeah.
That's also Kevin. Yeah.
Trico gets Ewan,
It's
so
kind
that's
of a
going to
movie
be...
night tonight, huh?
Yeah, that's going to be him down and out. Oof, they had a really good performance in that third game of Miramar, but we haven't really seen them alive on Erangel, unfortunately.
Yeah, ever since.
Yeah, they had a 10-kill third place. Really good game for them, but unfortunately did not go their way here in the final games.
So, all of the teams in the top 4 scored kills besides our current leader.
Mm-hmm. Which means that they'll, of course, just... I mean, they're doing exactly what we talked about, right? Play it super safe, and then activate beast mode in the late
It's
game.
82 points for K23 right now, which is an 8-point difference to...
Still possible. We'll have
yeah,
to,
there's still everything.
have to wait and see.
Everything up for grabs. Manny might find himself under some bullets from Wasabi soon. He pops out the AWM.
Nope. He pulls out an SLR.
Oh, Oh, he changed. Wait, didn't he
I
pick
think
up
King
the
Earl.
AWM?
I think King Earl got the AWM.
Okay.
I mean, if he didn't take it, that was just strange.
Yeah, I was wondering. Like, I'm pretty sure one of them should have taken it.
Yeah.
Does King Earl have it? Can
Most
we
likely.
see it?
I want to see it. Can we in-game talk to King Earl to please
Pull
put
it
on his whip?
Yeah, it's like, can you please show us the second weapon, King Earl?
Oh my hardship.
Yes.
That's. I'm sorry, guys. This is bad.
What? The circle?
Yeah.
I like it.
No, that's rude.
This will be.
There are
bloodbath.
limits. There are limits to.
No, this will be a bloodbath.
To rudeness is now a word. It's
it?
just now it is, and it's just. I mean, this is horrible for everyone. You have swarm. You have to run through. How are you gonna get there? I don't know. You can try and get into Crory. How are you gonna get there? You can. The only thing you can really do here, if you're Hookstar, if you're Mans, if you're Wasabi and King Earl, to cross the road, run over to the forest, and try to make your way all the way up.
Yeah, coming up behind Ostring and Zoom. It's probably one of the best ways right now.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only place you can play this circle from. And honestly, this is going to be super hard. And you see them all just sprinting for it
Calvin
now. 5
finds
seconds to go.
Faye. Faye is out as well. Crap. Now on to Hype.
That's
But Hype is a bit
7.
quicker there.
7 sitting in 3rd place, I believe, right now, right? Yep.
Yep.
They don't want to
do
go
so.
out here. Buster all by himself.
Yeah, if they go out, then this is it for the dreams of winning Season 7. Apparently, they would
Jumping.
still be able to.
Jumping, weaving, dutching, waving. What can you do here, buddy? Buster's all by himself. He's going to be hitting by the blue now. Circle 4. Phase 4 it is. It's gonna tank him down by a little bit. Should still be able to make a run off. Gets spotted out there, but it does manage to make his way down behind the hill. Silas goes down as well. Ooh, Faultlessly comes over the top now. That's the 3rd party we keep talking about. It's going to be damage coming in from the side, and that's going to be Hyper down, I would assume at least.
Yeah, they
whenever
will probably
Faultlessly feels
finish
like
him
hitting
now, but obviously Faultlessly is a bit hesitant right now to commit to it
Yeah.
because he's all alone. No one to help him out.
More people to shoot at. And Faultlessly gets spotted too, but so does Norgie from behind.
Our leader get involved now.
Buster died to blue. Buster died to
Oh,
blue.
did he?
That is going to be 7 down and out, so the 3rd place is eliminated. Hobbits
So
is still
they
alive.
had only one kill, right?
Yes, there's no way they're going to be
That's,
contesting anything.
77.
Hobbits is proning in the middle of Quarry. Unless if he gets a good shift his direction, that's going to be extremely hard. And with the other 2 guys still being up on their feet, that has got to
Better
make
luck
things
next
even
time
harder.
is
That's
also
4th
out.
place eliminated.
Were they out with 2 kills?
Yeah.
With 1 kill?
Something like that.
Something
but
like this. So it
they're
should be
down low too.
65.
Folkstar gets spotted. That's going to get a headshot up towards him. Millman, crazy sprays coming in, and that's
shows
going to get him
himself
down
again,
as well.
Yeah, that was not the right choice there to face that.
Unfortunately goes down, but Millman and Example, they get traded off immediately in return. Wasabi and Earl, they're just there to take him head on.
So Kuverti took 2 kills there, I think.
Yeah.
That is another 4 points, which means they're 1 point off better luck next time. Because they should be, like, have a quick look. Oh, they got 3 already.
Yeah.
All right. That is,
You can just see in the bottom left corner.
that's 6 points. And where's the rest of the pack? Better luck next time had 2, so this is 4.
I like how just sitting and doing math while the game is going on.
Yeah, I'll just. Otherwise, we don't know for the last circle.
Nope,
you know?
we will know. We will know once the
I just
scoreboard
want to make
shows
sure.
us.
I just want to make sure. So 66, 67. So there's 1 point difference between 4th and 5th.
Yeah. Kivo is going to get that one. Oh, my. Everyone that thought the circle was going to go into Quarry, well, you got baited because it's not. It's going to
Hobbit
go
will probably be
all the
like,
way.
really?
Earl and Wasabi, you guys better cross over to the other side in the forest now. Run all the way up behind the compounds, and then
Look
get in
how
the
this
circle up
plays
there.
into the cards of our leader.
Yeah, they're sitting
Crunio
pretty,
and Mjasters.
pretty decent in
And
it.
Meisters. They sit in a good spot. That's fine.
Yeah, they're not going to be complaining about this one. The only thing that can really go against them, I was just going to say if Morpheus spots them out, him and Brock, so they can hold them off. But the thing is, with them being in this position, they don't have to engage anything, and nobody would get to their position anyway. So if they just hide in the corners, so many teams will have to fight their way through Quarry that it's going to put them into at least, I would assume, a top 8 spot guaranteed.
Yeah,
Hobbits
they
is in for a
still
rough one.
need to be aware because obviously Hobbit
Oh, yeah.
is still alive. That's K23.
But what does it do from this container? There's no teleport.
Yeah.
Like, can you just recall?
Nope,
See, I
nope.
want to go back to where it all started.
He's like, can I get dropped again?
Can I get a new circle, please? Can you re-roll the circles?
Reroll circle. Oh. God, just imagine that would be an option. Like
If they
depending
all
on your
if they
kills.
all vote,
Oh, they
like
all
one can do exclamation mark vote, and then if everybody like if 75% of
No
the
one
server
liked
agrees,
this.
if 75% of the server agrees, then they can re-roll the
we
circles.
would probably get new circles every single time.
Yeah, no one is ever satisfied.
Yeah.
Only one guy.
Gaming
gets
in a
that
nutshell.
compound.
Like, oh,
That
gonna
is the tough life of a game developer. You can
Yeah,
never, you can never satisfy
it's
everyone.
a bit like, yeah, you would try as a game developer to basically follow everything that you see on social that people tell you. At the end, you would still be with the same game.
Well, most likely, because everyone is disagreeing with each other.
Yep. Nothing will happen. Morpheus gets Meister at least
that's
knocked
one
so
down.
far. Oh, if they are out now, that really gives new life to K23. I mean, they know that 7 Esports won't be coming from the back anymore. They're out.
Yeah.
Same for Better Luck next time. So it's only on K23 at Maka right now. While
Desperado's
Tau
out.
Zero falls.
Spirit out as well. That's Spirit killing Spirit. That's a little rude, but you can see this. He's trying to get over and get the heal on up. Powerful. Morpheus wants to hold him off, but not exactly easy to see what's going on the other side of that vehicle.
Yeah, with their smoke in your way.
Yeah.
Hobbit, by the way, blue hurts.
Yeah, you need to start going, buddy, because this is not going to
Oh,
be an
this is
easy
a
run. He has to
steep
play it slow,
thing.
but he cannot play it this slow, as you said right there. It's a steep run up, and once the circle connects, he's simply spending way too much time in the blue right now.
Yes, I wonder if there's King Earl and Wasabi still up. Apocalypse in front of him will be down
This is
soon.
a big misplay.
Oh, I'm not sure if
He's gonna
if
die to
if
the
he's
blue.
doing this, if he's handling it, great. But it gets harder with every second that he spends in blue right now.
He is tanking
But he also
way
needs the
too
kills.
hard.
I mean, he knows that
Yeah.
he needs the kills, right? So he wants to be last. Well, King Earl comes on top and gets Apocalypse. Well, he knocks him down. He was under pressure before already.
Lassa is still up, and you can see Hobbits. He can maybe move 1 meter before he has to heal up again.
Yeah, but he needs all those kills that go down there. Larza picks up another one for looking for team. And King Earl faces him now, and we see Hobbits coming back from behind, and he's taken one, and he might even have the chance for the second here. King Earl so close to Flush Mouse.
He got inside the circle.
Oh, he got it. No, it was
It was
Zoom
one
picking
tick
up.
from dying, and
Yeah,
he
it
got
was-
inside the circle. That
but
doesn't
Zoom
matter. He
got his
stayed
kill.
alive. He stayed
Zoom got
alive.
his kill. Oh dear. All right, up by 6 now.
That is interesting, and now he gets to take first aids off of King Earl as well.
He probably needs them. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Crunio. So is our leader? No, they're still.
They have
okay,
to
they
leave,
picked up
though.
Meisters. They
have
picked up
to leave.
Meisters.
Yeah.
So it's all good. They're down. They're up to full health again now, right behind Morpheus.
This is really interesting. Morpheus does go down. This could be the difference maker. Yep, double kill coming in there. Top 8 guaranteed. This is going to be extremely hard. I mean, there's no way in hell. I mean, this is the thing. Do you settle for second now as Hobbits, or do you try to get even more with the risk of being surpassed by other teams, right?
There's not such thing as a high risk right now for them. I mean, they're sitting already on 84 points. And the next one that's still in the game is Kuverti, and they're sitting on 66.
But if they win the game and
Yeah.
they make their way above, I
Yeah,
mean, there's no way in saying what's going to happen.
Of course. It's that I didn't say it's absolutely not possible.
Yeah.
Just saying the risk is not super high.
Right? Yeah, true.
But it's also PUBG, so.
It is very hard
And they
to
could
play
pick up
around.
another double with the right grenade here onto off-string.
Wait, no,
And
QWERTY got killed, didn't they?
Hmm?
That's King Earl and Wasabi. They got killed just before.
oh, true. Kuverti's out now as well.
Yeah.
True. And they picked probably up another one.
I think this could potentially be Marka and his teammate winning. But of course, nothing is guaranteed until we see those points on the scoreboard after the game is over. So let's see here how these guys can, well, potentially solidify their spot as winners of the 7th season.
Norky sees
Wingman.
now
Yeah.
locking onto our current leaders. But Blue is
Nade.
coming. Oh, now he has to rush a bit, but it seems like both are not aware that there's still someone behind them.
Player. He's all by himself. He doesn't want to make any sort of sounds. And again, remember, I mean, even though these guys might not be able to win, there's a lot of a lot of price pool differences in what placement they get. They're just showing they deserve the win here.
Definitely.
They're clearing out even when they're being under pressure from the sides. Norgi has 4 nades. Could potentially, but it'll surprise nade thrown up. There's 6 teams remaining now. There's 1 duo left. That's the guys that are currently in the first place. Everything else is solos. Just goes to show, right?
Yeah, it just proves that if that is how we end up today, then the team that really showed the biggest strength actually got the biggest pile of the money.
We're in the final game, and there's only duos. Like, there's only solos.
Ooh, but they're not a duo for much longer.
That is going to be Norki's out. Lost a teammate, sure, Crunio. But with 5 kills so far, top 5 guaranteed as well. 5 solo players remaining. This is a rare sight. Trico, Hobbits are still in it. But even with a good placement here, the fact that Crunio is in it too with the top kills so far, it's going to make things hella different.
They're sitting at 100 points right now.
Yeah, that's a good performance too. Solid amount of points per game.
Will be hard to anyone to have a chance now. Now with top 5, I mean, there's no chance that they can overcome that gap and still take it away from them.
It's going to be extremely difficult. See,
But could they add a 3rd win? Because that would be new to me at least.
That would be
seeing
in
a
6
team
games total. That's absolutely insane.
winning 50% of the games.
Yeah,
That is at least new to me in the Wingman series. Didn't saw that before while I was there.
that would be extremely impressive if that came to happen. But of course, it's a tough one. You have 4 more opponents to potentially fight off. Of course, you can hope that some of them fight off each other. But Toby Banani, of course, spotted out Crunio, but he knows exactly where his opponent is too. He has 8 nades to throw here as well. Spots him out on the top, and that's going to be him down. So no more for Maka, no 3-time wins for them. And great people only live to see another day.
K23, they're still around. Hobbit, he was alone for a while. He came out of Curry. He actually managed, even though that was really, really close. One tick from Blue would have ended his life. And now he wants to get involved here. Maybe at least show that K23 can win 2 matches as well.
If Hobbits wins this and gets the last 3 kills, that's 20-point win.
Wait. They're sitting on 6 already, right? And the last 3 kills would be
Now the
another
math
6.
comes
That's
in.
12, right?
And 20 points
And
for
20
a win.
point on top. That would be 32. That would be enough.
Are you sure? Because Maka got placement points too in this game.
Yeah, they
got like 10
points.
placement points this game or something like
You're
that.
sure that's 10?
Something like that.
It's 110. And that is...
If he gets the last 3 kills and a win, can he do it?
That'd be 12. That's
Let's see. Okay, you know what? No, we'll leave.
Wait. If it's what I have here, they would both end up on 110.
Ooh, then
If you're right with that, they got 10 placement points.
I think it's something like that. We'll leave it to the excitement. We'll leave it to the excitement. We'll leave it to your viewers.
They could.
Place your bets, guys, in the chat. Is it going to be K23 or is it going to be Maga to sit on the top of the leaderboard
imagine what
after
this
We'll
this
see.
will be.
We'll see. This is the final circle, and I like how Turbo is playing this one, because he knows that once the circle is connected in 45 seconds, everybody will be looking for that center. And as you can see here, well, I mean, that's a big old swarm, and there ain't a whole lot to play around. And honestly, I don't think a lot of these players know exactly. Yep, this is the center, the bush. Who can go in there and throw in it? No, but this, I mean, I don't think a lot of these guys know exactly where their opponents are. Only Turbo, who just took out PT, he's the last player that's been shooting. Everyone else has been quiet for like the last 3-4 minutes, right? So,
in terms of positioning right now, I would give it to Drone, but Drone needs to
no.
move
Turbo
first.
is sitting so much better.
Yeah,
right now.
no. Like I said, in like just positioning, I like the one from Drone more. But he's the first one that needs to move, while
and Hobbit,
Turbo
yeah.
Banani just sits there and can wait for everyone to come over that ledge.
In order for Hobbits to kill these players, let's just troubleshoot this one. He needs to shoot Trico as he leaves the shack, then turn around and kill Drone, because Drone was more likely to shoot at him, and then spin 180 to take out Turbo.
Back to Deadpool. He's doing all of that with some cool jokes, jumping over a car maybe.
This would be not impossible. We've seen crazy things before.
God, I would
but
love to see that now.
This would be insane.
Now
if you could actually
now that
pull it
you
off.
draw that
No!
picture in front of me,
Hobbits,
I really
don't
want
do
to see it.
Turbo, don't kill anyone.
Oh,
No!
Trico kills Hobbit, and that's it. That's Marco winning. Oh, we were dreaming
We can do the math
about it
afterwards.
already.
We can do the math afterwards and see if it actually would have happened.
Yeah,
to be
I'm
sure.
absolutely sure, to be honest. At least if you're right with the 10 placement points.
We'll see.
Oh, God, that would have been a great story. But
Would have been
it is nevertheless a great finish to a great duo series here at GLL. And Drone will pick up his first kill, hopefully, soon. Nope, maybe not. Game was like, no, not going to happen.
Turbo just
That he will
ganging
get
up.
killed.
Ganging up on Drone, unfortunately. And Turbo and Trico, who will get the win? Who will get to be the winners of game number 6, the final game of Wingman Series 7?
Trico still has a grenade. Turbo Banani just
Turbo has a headshot.
Yes, like, I don't need a
Boink.
grenade if I got a headshot.
Yeah.
Easy. Good people only winning the last game, game 6 here in the European finals of the Wingman Series 7.
I love how the logo is great people only, but they're good people only. Like, we'll take the logo,
they're
but
not
not use
great.
it. They're not great, they're only good. Fair enough.
Yeah,
They're good
probably
enough to win
they
that
have
game,
multiple
though.
teams.
Yeah.
Great, good, decent, awesome.
They were good enough to win themselves that game. That was a good performance. And we gotta keep, we can keep saying it, winning in duos, that's one thing. But winning in duos when the level of each individual player is as high as it has been here is extremely hard. So sure, they only got 3 kills, but let alone the positioning and getting into those final circles in an area like this, extremely hard to do and very impressive done by all the guys who made this tournament.
Interesting to see that we had so many solo players actually managing. Because I think they managed due to where we ended with the circle.
Oh yeah, for sure. There just weren't room. I mean, you saw the rocks they were all hiding behind.
Yeah.
Everyone had one tree in the shack, right?
Hobbit was in a
There's just
position
not
that you
room.
couldn't really play off from. He was just
You
like
could never
trying
do
to
that
hold
in a
on to
duo.
it.
Yeah, exactly. You could never play that as more than one player.
Well, we had some great kills and knocks throughout the last round here. Everyone showing once again why they deserve to be in this final.
This one set things off powerful. They were the, well, I mean, they were the team to mess things up. And look at these shots coming in from Masters.
Yeah, I love that one.
Such a good performance across the board for the guys here. Trico trying to hold his shack for as long as he could. But in the end, Turbo Banani with the SLR headshot take home the win of game number 6.
That means everyone in the back is now probably calculating way better than me because doing maths live, quick math,
Doing quick math, yeah.
doing live math is not the best. I mean, it's the best way if you want to embarrass yourself. It's definitely not the most secure way to actually figure out who's
it's
going to
not.
win. But I think it's important because sometimes the numbers tell the story.
We brought a lot of hype to a potential thing that might not even have been possible at all. We created a moment that even if he had pulled it off and he didn't win.
in the age of internet, where's the problem creating a hype of something that's not even fact-based?
That, what? I thought everything was fact-based on the internet.
Sure, it is. All right, production set score is ready, so let's have a look. Who won Wingman Series 7? Obviously, first we see the actual result of
course.
today,
Of course.
of Game 6.
A lot of points.
Was it Tal that went all light up each and every time?
Yeah.
I totally love that. Good people only took the win there. Also 3 kills on top, not as much as Validate, for example. I said on 6, so they tied, actually. 26.
Really close up there in the top in those regards of kills. And as I said earlier, I mean, we didn't really from today's group see one team just go miles beyond everyone else as far as kills go. Some were better at placements for sure, but the fact that no one really
by
stepped
the way,
apart in kills.
Maka would have won because they got 11 placement
points. So they would have won, but
So
they would have won by 1 point.
111 against 110.
That would have been a close one for sure.
It would have been 11. All right.
But it will be interesting to see if this is enough points for K23 to secure the 2nd place at least. We'll have to wait and see in just a couple more seconds.
Drum roll a moment before we see the fade out of this scoreboard and fade into the last scoreboard for the European regions in the Wingman Series 7 Grand Final. And it's K23 securing 2nd position, but it's Maka Imleko taking the win. 111 points, the only team to cross the 100 line mark.
Validate down into 4th by 1 point. That has got to be a hit in the
Yeah, how big is the
region.
difference on the money?
big enough that I would want to have that 1 point extra.
Probably. Even if it would be 10 euros.
Yeah.
It's like, it would be worth it.
I would have wanted that 1 extra kill. Because 1 kill is 2 points, right? So like being 1 point down is like the most annoying difference. Because that's less than 1 kill. You would have surpassed with just 1 extra kill. That's unfortunate. But huge congratulations to Maka. And also, I mean, got to give it to K23. The fact that they got themselves a win in the 2nd place, could have been a win there as well. Really good performance. But Maka, 2 wins, almost pulls home a 3rd one there. Insane.
7 Esports coming 3rd. I think there was also a solid performance.
For
because
sure,
we know
for
across
sure.
6 games, it really counts that you can show that whatever the map, Miramar or Erangel, you're able to repeat good results. Otherwise, there's absolutely no chance to win a series like this, which means Europe is done with the Wingman Series 7. For us, it's time to head over to NA. Obviously, not right now, because there needs to be some time to actually prepare everything.
We got a little bit of
so
time.
we got a winner. It's Maki Mleko winning the European Wingman Series 7. And in 1.5 hours, we're coming back with obviously Toby, Parla, and me, GRunner, and bringing you the North American season in the North American part of the Wingman Series 7. So until there, take care.